Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review. House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. Because the Prince of the Tides was taken. I know that's not the title, but the first time I heard this title, I couldn't help but think of that. Wow, what an episode we get. I hope, don't get me wrong. I think Paddy Constantine, the actor that plays Viserys, deserves awards for this decrepit Crypt Keeper Dan Aykroyd from As Good As It Gets now to Skeletor to, oh my goodness, him withering away. But I was screaming at my screen, will you just die? I was kind of hoping Daemon snuck in there at the end and put his brother out of this misery. But what a moment when Daemon helped the brother out up the stairs. Great episode where it looked like everything was going to work out at the most awkward, crazy family dinner since the Bluths. It kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones Arrested Development edition. And everything just went mass hysteria at the dinner party. And then in the name of your king, slammed his fist down and got everyone to get along. And it looked like things were going to work out. But then, you know, Alicent, being the brains that she is, took someone's dying words or their fevered dream of the milk of the poppy as reason enough to, you know, keep this war going. And oh my goodness, through this whole situation, as it looked like maybe things were gonna go all right, like maybe it seemed like things might be going in a direction, Otto's just giving these looks like, no. Don't you dare become friends. Like, don't stop this hate train. The hate train needs to flow. But what doesn't need to flow is I'm not alone here tonight. I have with me some of the best, some of the beautiful, the live motherfucker chat. We got the chat in here. We got Travis in the chat. We got Why So Curious. Absolutely. It was like a Bluth party. It was a great time for all. Vaemon was nuts. We're going to talk into him. It was a great end to the dinner party. The only thing that can bond Targaryens is when you murder someone in the middle of court. I thought that was an intense scene. This might have been my favorite episode of the season. I have to look back and really think about it as a whole, but I really enjoyed this episode from beginning to end. We're gonna get into some of the silliness with it, though, with the casting changes of Alicent's kids there, of Aemond and the jerker there. His brother there. Oh my goodness. You were right. Alicent basically, she's like a box of rocks. She is stupid. Aegon. Yeah, the casting choices changes of Aegon. Aegon seemed to shrink. And wow. Tony and I were talking a little bit about this on the pre-show, but whoa. That Aemon Targaryen is sniffing that dragon cocaine, and cocaine's a hell of a drug. He's getting big. He's rising up. I tell yous. Good night for Aemon. Great night for Aemon. I love how he was eye fucking the kids all night. There was a couple people at that dinner party that were not having a good time, that just weren't having like the good vibes. They were just given the evil vibes the whole time. One was Aemon, and the other one was this son of a bitch. It's a hot tower rant tonight. It's a hot tower rant tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. It's a hot tower rant tonight. It's a hot tower rant tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. This fucking Otto, dude. Like the looks that he's giving. If Alicent wants to have a moment of clarity on the situation, this is the trickle down effect of horribleness. And I think this episode, in just a subtle way, showed Otto as so much of a piece of shit. And just his reaction to everything. Oh, you want to have a dinner party, King? Or the way he's ruling over everything, the way he's sort of old boying it and with his little laughs, the way he's eye fucking everybody at the dinner table, like frowning and giving his big face when it's not working out, when it looks like peace might reign. I know we've had peace in this kingdom for several million years, but you know, times are changing. Time for fucking war. Fuck Otto. 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 Yeah, man, fuck that guy. Like, seriously. Thank you for the song. Yeah, there was a request from last week, and I did it. But that's not the only request that I fulfilled. We have another song I'll play a little bit later in the night that was also requested. But obviously, the Fuck Otto song will be played a lot more often than this other one. Okay, but yes, the Fuck Otto song has come. I would like to raise a cup to Phil. May he rule the Iron Throne soberly. If we're doing sober, I'll Coca-Cola Classic, red, white, and you do here. He truly is a young Daemon, but the problem is, why I'm so curious, he's a young Daemon, but he looks the same age as Daemon. When they faced off, I think he looked a little older. Is it the eye patch that's making him look older to me? I don't know. That kid did a huge in Dr. Coxian newbie, a huge thing. Jeez. Better Vaemon ending book Rhaenyra having Syrax E5. I think I like Daemon going full Happy Gilmore on his head. I really like that. Antoine for the super chat donation. Next week we go to war. Rest in peace, Viserys, Team Black. Stay strong, Aegon III, son of Daemon and Rhaenyra. Will be the king. Thank you for that super chat donation. I'm not got the wheel next to me. Oh gosh. Now I got to pre-warn you. There's a lot of nonsense going on here today. You might not be able to see it, but on that chair right there's a little chihuahua lying down, and there's 2 other dogs over there too. So when it gets to the recap, I'm not going to be able to jump around as crazy, and you might hear lots of dogs bark. They're fans of the Strongs. They're very strong dogs. Must be that bad thyroid that grows too much. Either that or I'm going with dragon cocaine. Something that the dragon is excreting that Aemon is putting on him to, or maybe it's because he lost his eye. Some other senses are stronger, like his growth spurt. I don't know. It's been 6 years. They can grow in 6 years. But do you notice how, for me anyways, Jace and Luke seem the same size after 6 years? They seem like they haven't really aged too much, or in height wise they haven't. And Aegon looks like he shrunk. I don't know if it's because the kid is stockier than jerk out the window Aegon, but and again, it didn't take away. I like both of these actors. I like the actor that's playing Aegon now. He's really good at sort of showing how much he doesn't care, and watching him being bullied by Alicent was strangely entertaining. And seeing him pick on Luke about, where they're both this creepy situation where it's like, you're at the family dinner, but you have someone trying to flirt with your girlfriend right in front of you, or your wife, and then Luke tries to dance with his wife, and then he whispers into his future wife, who's also his niece too. What? If you want to have sex with somebody good, have sex with me. It's just a very Bluthian kind of situation. Killmonger says new Aegon was miscast. I like original Aegon so far better, and I'm glad that after this week it seems like we won't have to have these conversations anymore, because these are the actors, and we get, as I say when I work in schools, you get what you get and you don't get upset. Yeah, I mean, these are the actors that we have at this point in time, so there's nothing we can do about it now. So, but I do prefer previous Aegon. He's taller, not even just the look, but the actor. I haven't got used to this kid. We didn't get enough time with the other one so I'm getting a little bit of a analysis paralysis with my head with some of the casting of those kids. But I really like this new Aemon, even though he took some mutagen from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and he's 7 feet tall now. He's like as big as the mountain. I know he's not that big, but in my mind, it's like when they see him fighting outside with Crispy, it's like, who's that? Oh, that's the same kid from last week. Helena was really awesome for this whole season. What an episode. Did you say Bluethian? Is that like High Valyrian? Yes, it's High Valyrian for dumbasses. I don't know who this Hermano is that you speak of when we talk about these Bluethians people, but the seed is strong with them, and there's no touching. Their house words are there's no touching, and there's always money in the banana stand. Oh no. Oh no, dog! Don't throw up on my rug. Okay, I don't know if you guys could hear that. The dog didn't like that joke. The dog definitely didn't like the joke. Let me play a voicemail so I can go check on this dog. Here is the bloody talker.
Hey, Phil. Well, Skeletor's Thanksgiving special was a bit awkward, I'd have
I have the power. Sorry.
To say. My man is not looking too good, and I think this is the last we're going to see of him, unfortunately. It's kind of interesting that they're using this whole prophecy thing again, you know. Now it sounds like, does he believe that Aegon should be the heir now? I mean, he didn't say that, but he said prince that was promised. Did he think he was talking to Rhaenyra instead of Alicent? I mean, I feel like he's losing it. I don't even know. A lot to think about in this episode, and yeah, I think it was pretty deep.
To answer your question before I forget the point, yes, I think he 100% thought he was talking to Rhaenyra. It was like a completion of that conversation. And yes, I think the house words have to be there's always money in the banana stand. And I'm sorry why I'm so curious. The Arrested Development commentary probably won't stop. Are you three dogs okay now? Good.
Decent episode. So here is to three strong boys. Have a good night.
That was a great toast. And the pause was some amazing acting. OTDA in the live chat, great to see you, buddy. Makes an excellent. The acting in this episode was top notch. And as much as I've sang the praises of Millie Alcott, this was new Rhaenyra's best episode as an actress. This is the episode she sold me. Well, not that she had to sell me on crap. I mean, who the hell am I? But really, in this episode, she sold me. Her acting performance sold me on it. She killed it, and I just really enjoyed her performance, as you can always tell when I'm stalling for something. But yes, I absolutely enjoyed her performance. She won me over, and her relationship and her dynamic with Daemon, showing Viserys the kids. I mean, we'll get all into that. I can't wait to unpack this entire episode. But one thing's for sure about this Rhaenyra, it is. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a dragon Ryan lying, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes, it's true. No motherfuckers quite like you. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the one that fucks your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just have some spawn and fuck your uncle all night long. What's that over there? I don't know. It's just the Targaryens inbreeding again. It's so typical. Which ones are at it again now? At least they're not on a boat. Rhaenyra is Daemon. Oh, that's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra is now. She's Uncle. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, I must say. I fucked him on Dragonstone yesterday. Uncle Fucker, that's you, Rhaenyra, that's you, Rhaenyra. Suck my Dragon Balls. Okay. So either way, I mean, she is an Uncle Fucker. So there's vibes, there's moments. I love it. It's great. Lizard babies always make farting noises. It's true. It's 100% true. Holy shit, we got a super chat donation from Jack Me Off. Thank you so much for jacking off my super chat button and adding to the extremities of the world, just like Aegon out the window. Thank you so much for that super chat. It means everything. I'll take my first drink of the night. Okay. So we'll play that song one more time at the end of the night. Okay. So, and by the way, that was that was my first take, though. Like I meant to record final vocals on that, but I ran out of time, and so I figured I'd play it anyways. But here we go. We have a new song. I might release it. Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section if you want me to release this as a whole video or something like that. When the king asked for music, I don't know if he thought Uncle Fucker. No, it's true. I mean, this is the song played at the party. Aegon is too young, I think, really, or the third really needs to be another time skip, probably by the end of the entire series. Well, Killmonger said it sounds like a twisted Disney song. Matt and Trey would probably die. They're turning over in their grave right now. It's the best. That's never going away. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I need Carla to do a cover of Uncle Fucker with me one day. Okay, so here we go. And I didn't need to change the lyrics too much either. Okay, so this is area code 773.
Hey Phil, it's Roger again. This episode was kind of sad for me because, well, the Viserys is, well, you saw Viserys. He had, kind of reminds me of my late grandfather, just hanging on to the last bit of life before he's gone. And also, too, yesterday my dog got out and got hit by a car.
Oh.
She lived, but, unfortunately she did lose an eye. Oh. And it was the same eye Viserys lost. So, out of respect for the eye loss, I watched the majority of this with only one eye. And so, and the dog, my dog that got hit, she's only 7 months old.
Oh, baby.
But I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to make the most of it, like when I can't think of the Targaryen, and what it's Aemon. No, it is Aemon Targaryen. The one who lost his eye. He said last episode that he lost an eye when he gained a dragon. So I like to believe that she may have lost an eye, but she has the heart of a dragon. I'm sorry to be bringing you down.
Oh, you're not bringing shit down, dude. Let's toast it up to the puppy dog's eye. May your dog find its metaphoric dragon. All the dogs in the room are cheering it on too. People in the live chat, awesome, Carl. Put that song on TikTok. It's sort of in the process of finalizing it. I have to re-record it, get a better karaoke version of it, and finish up some lyrics. That's draft number 1, but I will do a full version of that during the off season and put that out as a video like I did the Fresh Prince thing. And maybe I can get somebody fun to make that video for me. I'll talk to a couple people. But anyways, I'll play that again before the end of the night. Or play it a couple more times. Let me get a little drunker. Okay, so damn, the king looked like a real White Walker. Daemon made Aemon look like a little boy. I love how, and that's kind of my point too. When it got to the point where the two of them, where Luke was getting in his face and Viserys, and where Luke was getting in Aemon's face, or Jace, I forget which one it was. They just looked like such small boys up against him, and then Daemon walked up and it looked like a man versus a man. And as far as I knew, there isn't that much of an age difference. At least it didn't seem like it when they were younger. And I don't want to belabor that point too much, but I thought it was interesting that it was Daemon's like, oh, you're an adult now, and everyone in that room, because of the dragon factor, knows what kind of a threat that kind of dude has, that kind of weapon on his side. And I don't know what's going to happen, but the way he's looking at everyone, that dude's going to cause some shit. That he's making me uncomfortable the whole dinner party. He's got it. I've got my eye set on you. I got his eye set on Luke. He's got his eye set on Jace. He's got his eye set on... You know he's gonna burn up a whole lot of dragon love. Okay, I'm not writing another one right now, but the whole point is he's got a hair across his ass for those kids, and he's not afraid to show it. And also the way he looked at Daemon too, like, oh, you're who I have to kill to prove myself, huh? And so this dude's gonna be a problem. This guy's gonna be a tough out. What is up? We got the Iron Throne in the live chat. We got Biggie. We got Travis. We got Killmonger. We got Peggy. No, we got Allison, the hypocrite, says Jackie C. RJT. Great to see you live tonight, my friend. Queen Allison doesn't even like her own son, Aegon. He does bad stuff. See what he did to the servant girl, and he didn't even feel bad. He didn't even know who she was talking about. He was like, who? What? Fucking all night. Fuck it. She had a good time. Mom, pass the vodka. What the fuck? Like, what the living dog shit, okay? This kid, like these two kids, one is just threatening everybody. He's just walking around like, who can I kill with my motherfucking dragon? That's right. My name is Aemon. I may have one eye, but it's gonna stick it right up your ass. We got the Lord Crow with a super chat donation. Fucking A. Love this episode. 4.8 out of 5. Sad to see Viserys go. I mean, the way Viserys has been, I mean, yes, his last words are my love. This was a perfect way of going out. But the way this season's been going with him, I wouldn't be surprised if they start the next episode and he's like, and he's still alive. I said this earlier. I'll say it again. Great performance. Love this dude. Amazing acting performance. Just die already. Oh my goodness. I don't want to get too real, but you know, it is what it is. It's very painfully accurate in this episode what it's like to be around someone you care about, watching them fade in their last days. Having been in that situation with multiple parents, like my grandmother and my mother and some other folks that I've been in situations like that with, that I've cared for and spent a lot of time with. This episode was crazily accurate to those feelings, and hearing those moans, like watching them, helping him up the stairs, even in that moment, it was very reminiscent of a real event that I had in my life with my grandmother, the day before she passed, where she couldn't get up the stairs, so I picked her up and I carried her up the stairs, and she's like, it was just, you know, it was a fucked up hard moment, and seeing all that through Daemon's perspective and any problems he had with his brother, and kind of understanding the challenges and the war of which his brother fought, I think was just done in such a very layered, interesting way. Lord Crow, thank you so much for that super chat donation. I'm going to do another toast of the drink to you. Toast it up. So yeah, to Viserys Targaryen, if this is the last we see of you, Patty Constantine, you are one of the reasons this season has been amazing. Watching you turn from, you know, yourself, from the kicker, from the replacements, all the way to the Crypt Keeper, to Skeletor tonight. I applaud you, good sir. I applaud you. Okay. He did say it. He totally said say it. We got Uncle D in the live chat. That was really good episode. Watched it. Loved it. We got the watch party in the live chat. One of the best Cobra Kai YouTube channels out there. So make sure if you're a fan of Cobra Kai, you're checking out the watch party who's in the live chat right now. Thank you so much for checking out my channel and popping on over here. Love great Cobra Kai content. If you're a fan of that show, definitely make sure you subscribe to Watch Party there. Same here, Phil. It brought back memories of taking care of my... Yeah, it was so painfully accurate. It brought back all those kind of dark emotions. And yeah, I love that he met the baby Viserys before kicking the bucket. I do too. I like how he wanted to keep his mind fresh and pure during those moments, and not wanting to take milk of the poppy, and wanting his mind fresh, and getting into Otto's face about Otto talking to him like that, talking to him like he's a child, where he's like, I want dinner, and it's not dinner, it's nighttime, sir, you know, it's the morning, you can't have dinner. And he's just He's like, no, I'm not a fucking moron, Otto. I just want to have dinner with my family. Like, Otto's such a little undermining idiot. And those are the type of people that I hate the most. The people that act like your friends and say all these nice things to you, but really they're just completely self-interested. They just know how to play you because they know how to say the right thing. And I know he's low tower douchebag, but seriously, watching him have this kind of control and maybe even have been a part of the king getting sick in the first place, if we believe in that kind of perspective. So ultimately, all I got to say is, it's a hot tower rant tonight. It's a hot tower rant tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Everyone sing it to me. Sing real. Fuck Otto. It's a hot tower rant tonight. Even if you're on Team Green, sing it. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Yeah. Even. Like, seriously. Jesus. Otto and Alice said the whole idea of ruling is just simply talking down to people. And thank you, OTDA, for sharing Watch Party's channel. The walk the king did to the throne was rough. I'm like, someone help him for fuck's sake. Same thing, RJT. It's like, just someone get over there. Help the dude out. Raising my glass to the king. Thank you, Carla Wade. Dancing, singing it. Oh, my goodness. We got a text message. Here we go. Who texted us? Who the heck texted us? Pete's Live Music. Is there a chance that recap guys? Oh no. Name the best word for narration guide this episode. Unblinkingly. I hope we do get some good narration guy. We also have another text message from area code 517. Love the Uncle Fucker song. Play it again. I'll play it again. I don't want to overdo it with it, but I'll play it one more time before we do our recap. Yeah, fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Otto looks like someone poked him in the ass when the king walked in on him. Ho ho ho. You don't. It was the throne poking him in his butt. For some reason, I really like Helena. I like what they did with her character. I do too. She's far more interesting and layered, and I like her uniqueness. And it's an interesting dynamic too, because she's a dragon rider, and I like how generally honest she is. And she also has a little bit of the seer from Vikings, where she's saying things that are going to happen before they happen in scenes in episodes. So I love everything that we've seen with her character as well in the limited time. I thought she had a great episode. I like her little dance with Jace. That made me smile in all of the good ways. Oh, we got Heath Hinton. Otto looked like someone poked him in his ass. Great to see. Thank you to Heath Hinton, who is one of our channel members. Thank you to all of our channel members for all your support, as well as our super chat donators. You are amazing. I know. All in all, she seems like one of the nice, more normal Targaryens. Truthfully. That Valyrian girl brightens up every scene. The Valyrian girls definitely brighten up every scene. I love the moment where they announce that they're going to be betrothed to Jace and Luke. They smile. They're like, yeah, that's good. They're excited about that. Except their voice didn't crack when they did. They didn't go, when it's time to change. No, they didn't do that. They're not Peter Brady. Damn it. Killmonger says Helena was meh. I just really like the dance. I like the Elaine from Seinfeld dance. Some good shit there. Everyone's saying rest in peace Viserys. I'm like, rest in peace Pink Dread, served to Aemon. Dude, like, I haven't got that joke completely until you just said that. I finally got the aha moment of why Luke was laughing when the pig got served. I didn't get it in the 2 times I've watched the episode. I missed that joke because I'm slow. Because I'm a slow person because of too much Mary Jane in my life. That's the problem. My brain has grown slow. I didn't get that joke until right now. See, this is why I love doing an after show and discussing things with people afterwards. Because even little things like that you miss. I was so busy concentrating on the way he was giving everyone like again, I keep quoting Vikings for some reason. He's giving everyone the Ragnar eyeball, like eye fucking everyone, like I'm gonna eat you. I didn't realize about the pig either. Yeah, no. That's new to me. Damon stole the show tonight. Damon was amazing as always. I think he has stolen almost every episode. If we're giving out an MVP of the episode, so to speak, I would say Matt Smith deserves it in most cases. I think in tonight's episode, as hard as it was to watch those moments, I think Paddy Constantine is the best acting performance of the night. And he killed it in tonight's episode and got killed in tonight's episode. But Damon is always extra entertaining. Aemon is a problem. Whitley Galt's brother, Daryl. I love that. I love that somebody, and I hope you watch the video again this week. After my Willie Galt rant, someone commented on the video, Phil, Willie Galt wasn't an all-pro, or it wasn't a great wide receiver. What the fuck? Come on. Give a Raider fan a damn break. We had Jay Schrader as quarterback. Okay, or Todd Marinovich, too. Okay, anyways, it's always ultra-religious that are the biggest hypocrites. Aemon got pretty mad about the dread. He punched the table. Yeah, Aemon is the guy you don't want at the dinner party. He's the family member that always storms out in the middle of dinner or says the awkward, stupid thing to piss everyone off. That's kind of me. Who are you in your family gatherings? Are you the nice one? Are you the one that cleans up the messes? Are you the one that tries to make everything right? Are you the one that says awkward, weird, goofy things and then dances around real stupid? Or are you the one that causes a scene and makes people feel uncomfortable by calling out very awkward moments like people being bastards? I would say I'm probably most like Nick Damon. Worst Thanksgiving meal ever, says Nick. Damon might say 10 words per episode, but they're still top tier. Yeah. If his 10 words are, he's very judicious when he chooses to talk, and the way he looks and poses is enough most of the time. Hot Channel says, I'm the one who leans. Hot takes, if they're not in Oakland, they're not the Raiders. Ian, we can definitely talk about that. My love for Vegas doesn't mind them being there. It's better than, but different podcast, different time, my friend. But that's coming. The meal reminded me of my family gatherings, except we're not all fucking each other. Similar here, you know. I mean, most of us aren't. I mean, I'm sure somewhere, somehow, in the family line of the issues guy, it's not impossible for there to be a Uncle Fucker.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a dragon, Ryan, lion, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes, it's true. No motherfucker goes white like you.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
You're the one that fucks your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just have some fun and fuck your uncle all night long.
Okay. So let's go. We got Pete's live music. What do you got to say, buddy?
Narration guy was on point tonight. On point.
Oh, I've got people watching the show with narration guy. I remember best line in the series, he can keep his tongue. Damon is the man in this episode. His facial expressions show the most hurt when he looks at the king. Seeing the deepness of which he cares about Viserys and seeing that come through in this episode was really heartfelt. And I think Matt Smith continues to deliver excellent performance after excellent performance. Maud Mary with the super chat donation. Hey, House of the Dragon family, God help me, I have a crush on Aemon One Eye. It started last week and it's just getting stronger. It's getting stronger. I love sci-fi. Says I'm the nice one. Who's the little Targaryen in the trailer? Valerian Steel is sharp. There was the scene where they're preparing the body after Damon sliced his head off, and the maester walks in. I thought he was going to say something like, we tried with all of our powers, but we couldn't save his life. He says, we'll prepare him, he'll be ready to go back to Driftmark. But the way they set it up, it made me laugh, because it seemed like for a moment they were going to be like, it was like, I've tried everything I could. We couldn't save him. No Such a nice, clean slice. Bam. Oh, we just got Nick subscribe. Thank you so much for that for the super chat donation to Maud Marion. Thank you so much, Nick, for the subscription. Joining the fun, joining the crew, joining the craziness of the live motherfucking chat. Yes, some of us. There's always that one elder in the family that's holding everything together. But yes, I mean, Aemon, it's okay. I mean, again, as we always can remember, these people on these shows are fictional characters, not real. It's different if you had a crush on somebody, someone like Aemon in real life, but television character. I love horrible people on TV and movies. I'm very attracted to horrible people in TV and movies. I can't help it. So Maud Mary, thank you so much for that super chat donation. I've been pausing and waiting enough time all night without hitting that wheel. So let me get up and spin the wheel for all these amazing super chats tonight.
What's that over there? I don't know. Oh, it's just the Targaryens inbreeding again. It's so typical. Ugh. Which ones are at it again now? At least they're not on a boat. Rhaenyra, it's Daemon. Oh, that's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra's now. She is.
At least it's not on a boat. So it landed on trumpet solo or ocarina solo. I don't have, it's a little late for trumpet, so I owe you a trumpet solo, Maud Mary. Next time I'm on a Tony stream and it's earlier in the day, or I'm live earlier, let me know, or I'll pre-record one. Excuse me. Okay. He cut him. Episode was pretty good until the final scene, says Gutson. We haven't really got into that too much. The fact that Alicent is keeping this up because of the A Song of Ice and Fire, the Prince of the Promise thing that Viserys thought he was talking to Rhaenyra, that this whole war now is going to come down to a misunderstanding of sorts. A wacky series of events of who is this Hermano? And again, just again. So yeah, we'll unpack that as we get towards the end of the episode, and I'm sure some other people will have some perspectives on that, and I'm looking forward to certain people's breakdowns on that issue and how this. And when I was on Tony's stream, my preview term for it was Marvel, because of the dagger being something that might be a through line in each of the Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire universe series on HBO. And that this signifies me to a certain extent of opening up, this is all connected, and it is connected. It's one universe, but it's another thing of making it connected with that storyline and blah, 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 blah. So it's interesting. It gives Alicent more motivation, but it also makes her very, very stupid. Very stupid. Very stupid. And hammers down my point of people compare her to Cersei. Cersei's crazy, but smartish. Alicent's stupid and believes in a sense of what she thinks is doing is good. We got another super chat donation from Brad C. Brad C, thank you so much for that super chat. It means more than you know right now. And let me spin the wheel again.
I must say, I fucked him on Dragonstone yesterday. Uncle Fucker, that's you, Rhaenyra, that's you, Rhaenyra.
No. No. Dogs, go lie down. Go lie down. Go lie down. Sorry, I literally kicked over a whole thing of dog food. So now all the dogs are attacking the floor. So let's listen to I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I can't get up and walk. I can't walk around. What's my problem? I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm like, come on, Alicent. He's not talking about you. You know he's not talking about you. Give me a break. But yes, I did get a super chat donation that was play one of these. So give me a damn beat, okay? Where is the Phil song? Give me the damn beat Phil theme song. Okay, sorry, that was horrible. I'm distracted. Okay, so thank you so much for those super chat donations. They mean a lot. I thought it was gonna be sick when Otto was sitting on the Iron Throne. Exactly, Alicent is just stupid and a hypocrite. She just poisoned a girl Aegon raped. Now she thinks he's the prince that was promised. Go the fuck off. All these kids are bad seeds. Agreed. The realm must be protected, your grace. The war wouldn't have happened without hearing the prophecy. No way Otto would have let Alicent change her mind. I agree, too. Otto is, as we've said many times, a freaking asshole. And he's not letting it not happen. You know, and I think that was very, very evident from his looks in this episode, that he wasn't letting Alicent get away with going good. Could you imagine if Theon was trying to cut off Vaemon's head off? It would have taken 12 tries. Hi, Theon Greyjoy! And our second super chat donation landed on Drum Fun. I shouldn't, but I'm in a playing mood tonight. Let me see. Oh no. Okay, there's enough of that. Thank you. Oh, damn. Oh, dropping everything left and right. I'm a goddamn mess tonight. Sorry, dogs. Sorry, people. Thank you so much for those super chat donations. They mean a lot, and it gives me an excuse to play some stupid music sometimes. I wish I lived in a soundproof booth so I could just blare trumpet at midnight. I'm glad Vaemon got his head cut off. He was asking for it. If anyone was ever asking for it, he was just like, the bastards was one thing, but then he calls Rhaenyra a whore. And Daemon's just like, yeah, fuck that. I am going to cut your ass off. I thought Alicent gave her moon tea. We're going to break that down when we watch the scene. I was like, did Alicent kill her, or did she give her just the morning after tea that Rhaenyra took earlier in the season? In my mind, I was like, oh, she fucking killed her. And no, dog, get back over there now. That's right. That's what I thought Alicent was saying to her. No, get back over there, dog, now. I need some... They're better than Ginsu knives, Carla. They can cut cans, you know. Well, we need that. I need to slice my next honey-baked ham. Is that thing? I need to slice my next honey-baked ham with a Valyrian sword. Fuck a lightsaber. Oh, moon tea is the abortion tea. Okay. Alicent gave her poison. I thought it was moon tea. It's unclear, I believe. We're going to watch the scene again or listen to the scene. She probably just gave her moon tea. In my mind, the first time I watched it, I'm like, oh, Alicent's killing her. She doesn't want this girl alive. And she's got a fucking basement filled with all of Aegon's mistakes or something, but she might have just given her the moon tea and then sent her out. Vaemon didn't read the room. Yeah, he definitely didn't read the room right. Tony was not wrong about the fruit ninja. Daemon had his head had to head his honor and pride was on the line. Absolutely, he needed to do that. And I like how Viserys wanted to motivate that as well. His instinct was to do it, and Daemon's like, no, brother, I got this one. I got it. He went all Opie on Sons of Anarchy. I got this one. So, it kind of makes you wish that Daemon was there, even though he's a crazy bastard sometimes, to have Viserys' side the whole time. We got a voicemail from our good buddy, Antoine Thomas. Let's get into it. I was going to get into it. There we go.
Hello, Phil. This is Antoine. That was such an episode, but y'all, to my fellow teammates of the Red and Black, Team Black, we're gonna probably some of us gonna go to sleep, some of us got stay up and stuff and meditate, because next Sunday we go to war against the Greens. Yeah, we go to war with the Greens. And I say this because I'm on my Donald Trump shit tonight. We are at war with Alice and Aegon the second. So hopefully Rhaenyra and Damian will come up with something and we can make House Targaryen great again.
Now, what's interesting about what Antoine's saying right there is I can't believe we only have 2 episodes left of this season. It's been, Tony was talking a little bit about this earlier, but we've been waiting so long, or I've been waiting so long, and a lot of us huge fans have been waiting for a long time for this particular season, and to see Song of Ice and Fire come back, and for this season, even within things that can be picked apart, and there are those things in it that we can pick apart, some of the pacing choices, some of the casting choices, some of the casting choices in the sense of casting up certain people, and I mean mainly at this point with some of the kids. I think Rhaenyra and Alicent were both cast great on both sides. I think some of the kid actors were really good, but obviously my point is that even within some of the criticisms of it, this show is an unmitigated success. And it's great that we're here at the end of another season of a Song of Ice and Fire series with 2 episodes to go, and the war is just starting. We're in for a crazy ride, and I have a feeling these final 2 episodes are going to be insanely exciting. So I cannot wait to see it. And Antoine, thank you for stoking the fire of the war. The dragon battles are going to be epic. I forgot to mention this, but we already do have a few call-ins. It is on the screen. You can call in at 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. Call in, share your thoughts about this episode, about your thoughts on the season so far, and what you want to see in these final 2 episodes, or anything else you want to talk about. And if I'm missing your chat as it rolls by in the live motherfucking chat, feel free to text in that number too, so I can make sure I get your comment if somehow I miss it. Trying to get the chat in my side corner eye, but I can miss some stuff. And there's some fun shit going on in the live chat. Thank you so much. We got all of our super chatters have been amazing tonight. Damon's the best character of the show, riding the best dragon. It's going to be fun when we start to see these dragons going nuts and actually fighting each other. Here we go. This is area code 857. Does anyone say it like that? Maybe I'm not insulting anybody, because I'm just curious. I've always grown up when I read an area code saying 857, like the 3 numbers in a row. But does anyone actually say area code 857? I don't know if anyone in the history of the universe has ever said that before, and I'm the first dumb person to say it. So I'll own my dumbosity, my stupidiousness, my tricks. No, they're not tricks. Tricks is what a hooker does for money, Michael. My illusions. Okay, so here we go. Here's a message from 857.
All right, this is the best. This is what I expected out the gate, and I understand why they put like I don't know, man. I don't want to talk too long. I just understand why they did all the time skips and all that. I don't know. This is really good. Like, Aemon had my heart thumping the whole time. Damon's just, like, they're just literally twins. This is the best episode by a mile. It goes 8, 4, 7 for me. After that, I don't care what else. Like, you know?
Yeah. No,
really good. Episode 1 after 7. So 8, 4, 7, 1, 5. After that, I don't know the rest. But, wow. This is really good. Aemon really stole the show for me. Daemon was not lying. Was Vaemon, like, if Vaemon wasn't speaking, like, if Viserys didn't come, he would have won. Because, like, Vaemon literally was telling the truth about everything. And it was just like, they're bastards. And it was a very strong performance. He said it really good. That actually deserves something. Like, I don't know, man. That was really good. I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah, and you raised an interesting point in the sense if Viserys didn't show up, I wonder how that situation would have gone. That would have been a really disastrous situation. Daemon might have gone out fighting there. But great stuff. And I hear you too. This episode, we got a new subscriber, T-Hog. Thank you so much. You rule. For welcome to the craziness of the Issues program. It means more than you know, especially nowadays where there's so much competition, so many awesome people out there doing awesome things. If you haven't already and you're enjoying this nonsense or half enjoying this nonsense, hit the like button. Help spread it out to more people. But this episode, Carmine said this in his non-spoiler review, and I agree. It feels like in some ways the first episode of the show we're going to be watching now, and things feel like they're on the ground running now. And I like this episode a great deal as well. What you said about Aemon as well, Aemon just had like a haunting presence in every moment, forbiddingness to him, foreboding. As I search for my correct dialectic choice. Did you see the little Targaryen in the trailer? I didn't, Daryl Gall, but we will watch the trailer. So one thing I haven't done because I actually have the HBO episode in front of me right now on the side of the screen before we get to our recap, which I'm not going to jump around. I can't jump around tonight. I don't want to upset. We got 3 passed out dogs over there. I don't want to fucking freak out these motherfuckers. It's funny when they called the king out and carried out the roasted pig in all the same manner, all the same way. Yeah, just like a piece of fucking meat. That's all he is. He's a piece of meat. You guys are so amazing in the live chat. Thank you so much. I don't care. You guys are the best. I have the best and the luckiest live motherfucking chat in the world. Here we go from area code. I don't know. Here we go. This is a special message that we've got from a celebrity. I think a celebrity is watching us live right now.
Hey, yo, this is Al Pacino. Hey, yo, Vaemon, how you headless fuck? How do you like it now? Huh? How do you like it? You know, you got to know what you're talking about. You kept just going there talking about something when you ain't ready to bring the pain. All right? You got to know how to bring the pain. And now look at you. You headless fuck. Look at you. You deserve everything you got. And let me tell you one thing about that Alicent. She's got a great ass. And I got my head all up in it.
So we've got, oh my goodness, we've been blessed tonight with Oscar winner, star of film and screen, sporter of a toupee, the one and only Al Pacino. So Al Pacino, I toast this to you, my friend. Hooah! Sizzling. Thank you, Pacino. We got a text message from area code 857. I still don't know who Bela and Radar is. I'm a book reader. I think aren't they the two? Are you talking about the granddaughters? I must admit, it's some of the characters and some of the characters' names blend a little bit to me. I think from this point on, it's going to be a lot easier because at least the same actors are going to be playing the same characters, so it's going to be a little bit less difficult figuring it all out. I know, Mark, I cannot do it. I mean, the man has a hole in his face. I want to be high off my ass on the milk of the poppy if that was me. I would agree with you, Bloody Talker. If I'm ever in that state, having and people that have had surgery. I had surgery on my kidneys to have part of my kidney removed. And when that shit was when I was in the recovery process of that, fuck all. You could not drug me enough. I don't give a fuck. Load it up. You bet your ass when I was in that hospital bed, I knew I was counting down the seconds till I knew it was the time I could take that next milk of the poppy. And I was pushing that damn button. Wake up. Get it. Wake up, nurse. Get in here. God damn it. Bastard is the new P word. Vagarian in the live chat. Well, I still don't know. Well, like, who is who? Good question. I don't rush the process. Just when they thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Viserys totally had that kind of moment tonight. Excuse me. Carla B in the live chat. Great to see Carla B in the live chat. Song says, when Viserys drank the wine, I was looking to see if the wine was going to pour out in a hole in his cheek. There's a hole in his bucket. There is a hole in his mouth. There's some movie where it's like a skeleton or something that drinks and it like in the liquid comes out the other side. I forget what that is, but it could have happened. It should have happened. It would have happened. It will happen. But you know what's not going to happen, unfortunately? I'm not going to dance around like a fucking moron, but it is time for our recap. No, I feel bad. I want to jump around like a moron. This is so hard. How can I not do that? But I got to do something, right? Oh no. Okay, let's transform the 3D. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Fuck. Whoa, it's time for your recap. No. Not the recap. No. That just looks bad. Oh no, I'm in pain. Okay, it's time for the recap. Okay, that wasn't quite as much fun, but that wasn't quite as much fun, but that will have to do for tonight. It's better than amping up those dogs and having to disappear. Again, like I did last week when I disappeared for 20 minutes from the stream trying to walk the damn dog. Okay, recap guy will be joining us tonight, Carla Wayne. We can't do the show without recap guy. He is officially my co-host of the series. I will have co-hosts join me on here some weeks. Tony will probably join me hopefully before the end of the season once. It's just I know he works the next day, and tonight I was gonna ask him tonight, but he was sick, so I didn't ask him. But and hopefully for the season finale I'll ask him. And obviously we had the Walking David here a couple of times this season. But for the most part, we know who the co-host of this stream. Well, I'm the co-host. We know who the host of this particular podcast is. It is, of course, the one and only Recap Guy. And Recap Guy will be with us. Yeah, doggies get mad when I wake up and when I wake them up from jumping around like a moron. Shit, you want me to do the whole show like this? You want to do the whole show with like this kind of filter on? So everybody, welcome back. Hi everybody, my name is Phil. I got issues. I look like Don Log or whatever his name is, like a dude that was on Vikings and Gotham. Look at the wide jaw now. Hey, I demand you stop this in the name of your king. You want me to do the whole damn recap like that? No one wants to see that. But I do like trying out these new toys that I can do now. Yeah. Mark, I am too. Santovia Major misses Joe. I miss Joe Dirty Locks too. But if you weren't here last week or you missed this thing I said, Joe will be back to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know, you've been waiting for it. Some of you that maybe just joined us this year maybe don't know who Joe is. But Joe is my co-host on this channel for the most part, and he's been on most of the Game of Thrones recaps that we did in the past, in the Walking Dead podcast that we did in the past. Joe is not interested in doing House of the Dragon right now, but he will be back for the Walking Dead. So on October 30th, October 30th, you will find out what did Joe think. Joe will talk about what he thinks about House of the Dragon, what we think about the Walking Dead final episodes up until that point. We're going to catch up with Joe. What did Joe think of Cobra Kai so far? Of the most recent season. We're going to find out everything. And we're going to probably hear a rant or two. So Joe will be back on October 30th, the week after the season finale of House of the Dragon. He doesn't want to bring his negative cloud to House of the Dragon. That's a little preview. I heard some of it. Tune in on the 30th to hear Joe's opinions on House of the Dragon. Okay. So Joe has been gone for a while. He was going through some real life bullshit, but he is better now and he is ready to rock. Okay. So Sonic, you're crazy. We got the infamous Kiwi, or the infamous Kiwi, not the infamous Kiki. I was thinking of the vivid Kiwi as I was reading your name, Kiki. I'm giving Rhaenyra's elder son the side eye, period. Does Matt watch the show? Matt does not watch the show, but I will be back with Matt around Thanksgiving to finally get back to doing Sopranos episodes too. Killmonger says, I love Joe's negativity. We all do. Joe doesn't, but yes, we'll get more into Joe when we get back. But he's definitely interested in watching all of this and the return of Joe Dirty Locks. What a fucking episode! Oh my God, Viserys has conquered us all. Great episode by him. Great episode by Otto. Great episode by Alicent. Great episode by Rhaenyra. Like, everyone killed it tonight. Even if Rhaenyra is a...
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a Dragon Ryan lying Uncle Fucker.
She's the Dragon Ryan liar. I mean, she is lying. I mean, I know I'm not rooting for Otto. Otto, he can go fuck himself. But ultimately, I mean, she is lying. It's when you're that far in a lie, you got to keep going all the way. And she's totally lying. I mean, those kids are fucking bastards. So, anyways, okay.
Blood rises from the dial, spilling out and running down.
Whoa. Stop the execution. What is it this time, Alistair? The recap guy does the intro too? Wait. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Phil. Shut the fuck up, Phil. Well, we gotta listen to recap guy do the intro.
You will die screaming in flames just as your father did. Bastards.
This interminable
Displays golden dragons in combat. Blood rises from the dial, spilling out and running down a rocky path. Patty Constantine, Matt Smith, Olivia Cook, Emma Darcy, and Reese Ephens, Eve Best, Fabian Frankel, Sonoya Mizuno, Graham McTavish.
Okay, now he's just saying the names. Okay, but at first I thought he was going to describe where the blood goes. Blood goes to the left, blood goes to the right. Blood dances around with all of its might. Does the hokey pokey and it turns itself around, because that's what it's all about. So our episode opens up. We hear the voice of Rhaenys as we get, it's roughly been 6 years since the last episode. Corlys is injured in this episode. He's okay, but he's sick. Not sure if he's going to survive. We get the look of one of Daemon's daughters who will take over, and we get the info. So let's listen to a little bit of this opening scene.
It's been near 6 years since I last saw my lord husband, Maester.
Oh, I guess it could be longer. She just says it's been 6 years since she's seen him.
I must know. Will he live?
He led his sailors into an ambush. The ship made to look as if we were abandoned. In the fighting, his neck was slashed.
Wait, where's
by
recap
Corsa's
guy?
dagger. He fell overboard into the sea. The wound.
Recap guy, you don't have anything to say? No, he's still on. He's still on. Are they dialing back on?
Much blood was lost, but the greater concern is the fever that followed. Ship's maester said, "He burns from within."
Rhaenys quickly looks to the floor.
Okay, good. There he is. Well, I guess he's dialing back on the dialogue. Okay, so we get the info that the sand. I just call him the sand snake. The sea snake Corlys is knocking on heaven's door, and will he survive or won't survive? I think everything that happens in this episode will be incredibly more fun if he does survive. And I'd like to think that he does too. I feel like this isn't the last we're going to see of Corlys. Yeah, recap guy went out and smoked a butt, came back in, decided to, I hope he was docked a little pay. He missed a good minute there.
She trades looks with Baela standing at her side.
The ravens came in from...
Evenfall, Princess.
So they arrive in 3 days.
Vaemond furrows his brow.
Recap guy's previous career was a sports club, golf.
Let all be made ready to...
And then Rhaenyra steps up. She swings the club. Oh, it's a perfect putt from Rhaenyra. She's put her dragon balls inside his hole. And she has touched Daemon in that special place because she is a...
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
Sorry. After tonight, I won't play it as much. I'm just going to make a lunch of it tonight. Okay, continue.
Receive him, Maester Calvin.
The maester nods, then turns and walks away. Baela steps to Rhaenys.
The sea snake is strong.
No doubt. And yet I have seen blood fever overcome men.
I mean, ultimately, we could talk about this episode, and we're going to break down scene by scene. But this episode can really... And what I like about these last couple of episodes, they've simplified it to a certain extent. This is a very simple story, essentially. Corlys is injured, may not survive. His brother has eyes on the crown, so to speak, or not crown, eyes on the Lord of the Tides, and has a hair across his ass about the fact that Corlys has decided to go with name rather than blood. And even though they do have some Valyrian in them already, and by having them marry the granddaughters, or Daemon's kids. Sorry, I'm getting confused a little bit with the incest here. Daemon's kids. It's even furthering that their kids will have more Valyrian blood. So in some ways, what he's saying and ultimately his point comes off very self-satisfying, and he gets what he deserves in the end. But he makes a stink, and because he does this, this is set to be a precedent that's going to set in a way to be the first brick in the wall of Rhaenyra's claim by saying that if her son doesn't become the Lord of the Tides, they're bastards. The other one doesn't deserve to inherit the throne. So Rhaenyra is a lying, dragon-riding liar, Uncle Fucker.
Half his age.
I will not suffer the talk of crows in my house, Vaemond.
I love my brother. But we must be honest with ourselves. We may greet his ship to find him gone. And who will
Oh, please. Thank you so much. We got about 79 people in the chat right now. 10 people right now have hit the like button. All of you guys, if you could all hit that like button, help get out to even more people, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much, Bloody Talker, for letting me know about that.
Take the driftwood throne.
My grandmother seems quite comfortable here.
She presides only in the absence of her husband.
And then he looks at her, he smiles.
To Lucerys Velaryon, as is my lord husband's desire.
She says with sass on her face to this person.
The closest kin he has left.
Be careful, good brother. None can take your words for treason.
Glowering, Vaemond walks closer to Rhaenys. He steps onto the driftwood throne's dais.
I speak the truth, Rhaenys.
So?
You know it.
But it's not what Corlys wanted.
It's been decided.
by a man whose ambition has brought down on us calamity after calamity.
Blow it out your ass. Blow it out your ass. That's not for you to say. Treason. Fuck you. Throw him in the dungeon. Put him in the Iron Maiden. Excellent. Execute him. Bogus. Like, what the fuck? Like, Rhaenys, I understand he's the brother of so he's got some leeway here, but ultimately what he's saying is, fuck my brother who rules this place. He's an asshole that got us all into trouble, and I don't care if he's still alive, but even though he's not dead, I want to completely usurp his claim, his what he wanted. And I want you to help me too, because fuck all. Fuck you blonde fucking Targaryen assholes. With your smug smiles and your incest. Well, the Valerians aren't any better, but seriously. Get my head cut off. Bogus, dude. Yeah, I mean you're heading for a one-way trip to Palookaville by the end of this episode, buddy. You better watch out. You better not cry because Daemon Targaryen is going to cut off your fucking head and then stick it in your thigh. Okay, the Mad King's like, burn them all. He had the prophecy too. Even in the end, Viserys cared only about the prophecy, even if it went bad, misunderstood, like the Mad King. This episode affirms my theory that the Targaryens are doomed because the prophecy in Daenerys said burn them all and the wildfire was with the White Walkers. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Yep, he did go. He full samurai ninja / Keep hitting that like button, everybody. It means a lot. Keep sharing this out. If you have the means to share it, that would mean everything to me. If we appreciate the super chatters, we appreciate our channel support that we get. And but even just sharing it out and helping more people get their eyes on my sillyosity really matters. Okay, random dogs that don't know each other cuddling behind me. I will do it. Antoine, if you got the hookup, I could go up to High Garden and smoke some of that weed. I think Marjorie and I would get along just fine. At least I try, damn it. Mark Houston says I want to smell Olivia Cook's feet. Quentin Tarantino would cast you in a movie, Mark. Bloody Talker, George R. R. Martin likes prophecy backfiring on those that heed their warning, like Cersei in The Wood Witch. Let me pour Antoine hook me up, homie. Bloody Talker's like, fuck this Phil guy. He's got a show. Like listen to him. He's got people talking, watching his damn show. He's got means to meet people if he wants. Why don't you hook me up with Marjorie? I'm the Bloody Talker. Damn it. Okay, so let's get back to this idiot digging his own fucking grave.
But what of the Velaryon line?
They're going to continue with the daughters when they marry these other two bastards. And they have Valyrian kids that actually are more Valyrian. And don't the Targaryens already have Valyrian somewhere in there in the incest tree? So your family line isn't disappearing, dude. Shut up. This is what Corlys wanted. You're digging your own goddamn grave.
Is it to be...
But he's right.
Snuffed out? Supplanted by the pups of House Strong? Driftmark is mine. By all rights, and while I should like your support,
No. Wait a minute. It's not yours yet, dude. The sea snake lives. Stop trying to take advantage of a situation when someone is injured. Wait to see what's going to happen to them first. Like, he's jumping the gun here. Which ultimately leads him, timing is everything. And I do think, I'm sorry, I'm like rubbing my drum. Listen, buddy. Listen, I'm going to rub this drum. Make a wish. I just think he's prematurely I'm trying to think of a rhyme here. Prematurely trying to see success ejaculating or something. Whatever. Like, now's not the time. Now's a chance to maybe talk to her in private not make a big stink about this. Like, be like, listen, let's set up the situation that if he dies, we just don't call the Strongs. We don't call let's just not tell her. Or something. It's just the way he goes about it. It's not even about being right or wrong. I quote this a lot, and I'll quote it again. You may be right, Walter, but you're an asshole. And he does this like an asshole, from beginning to end, like an asshole.
I do not need it.
Are they going to do something in the North on this show? Viserys mentioned that Aegon actually saw something in the North. I'm not sure if it's going to be on this show. I feel like in Tony's stream, when I said Marvel, I meant that scene at the end with the dagger and the Princess Promise thing is a way of opening up like a big universe within all the shows. So that might be something that we're going to see in Snow or in future series of some kind. But I don't know if this series will go up north. We will see, depending on how long it goes.
Have shifted. The crown has good reason to take my side.
My cousin the king would have your tongue for this.
But it's not a king who sits the Iron Throne these days, good sister. It's a queen.
So we get some information here. We get that the Queen and Otto are basically running things as Viserys is not doing good.
Daemon gives Rhaenys a significant look. Her gaze drops. Sunlight marbles the ocean waters, churning around Dragonstone.
We go to a great sky visual as Daemon on Dragonstone. Some more fun visuals, cracks in the rocks. We see some feet coming in one direction. It's someone mining something. It's a dragon egg. This is Daemon. It looks like some more dragons are coming.
Rhaenyra and Daemon step close to each other. Daemon hands her Baela's letter. He watches her face as she unfolds and reads it. She meets his eye.
He means to call into question Luke's legitimacy. And by extension, Jace, and by extension, my own claim to the throne.
Daemon cares only about Driftmark and the Velaryon Nine, not about our politics. Has he made common cause with Otto Hightower yet?
So they talk things out here. They go back and forth, and Daemon is setting up the whole scene. He's like, yeah, we got to handle this situation. They're putting him into question. He's making this a whole big stink. This is where it's all going to happen. We need to go to King's Landing. We need to deal with this. We need to get to Viserys if there still even is a Viserys.
This is what I fear. Rhaenys flames a cord. Surely she cannot be planning to back him.
No. Whatever disagreements we may have had, she's not cruel. Stupid enough to do that.
Disagreements? She believes we had her son killed so that we might marry.
Yes. And yet she's taken Baela to ward.
Yes, it's Laena's memory she honors. She has no love for us.
Daemon smiles.
Has the Viper's venom spread so far?
Those vipers rule in my father's name. And my...
Okay, so let's continue. They decide to go, and they're heading to King's Landing. It's a family trip to King's Landing. I also forgot to mention this scene where we see Jace is committed to learning High Valyrian. It's not natural for him, but he is committed to learning it. He definitely seems to... he's accepted the seriousness of which the position that he's being laid up for as king. The opposite in some ways as Aegon, as we're going to come see in a few minutes. But I generally like Jace. I think the Strong Boys kind of blend for me. They're not as uniquely interesting yet from a television character standpoint as the crazy ass Targaryen kids are. Or, I mean, they're all Targaryens, but the Alicent's kids, the Hightower kids. Very possible, Antoine. You're absolutely... Rest in peace, master of complaints. I love how Silent Sisters were still trying to salvage an open casket funeral for... That Bloody Talker, that was what I was talking about earlier. I feel like in that scene, it was set up like they were going to come over to him. We tried everything we could, but we couldn't save him. Waka waka.
A bird soars over the Red Keep. Gray clouds blanket the sky. A carriage moves past a portcullis. Numerous Targaryen banners and standards flap in the wind around it.
Oh, that's not all that's flapping in the wind. You see Aegon in the window up there?
Another carriage and a wagon roll after the first, followed by 2 red-cloaked guards. Rhaenyra appears to...
Okay, so this is a big scene right here where nobody is there to greet her. No, she's gonna be the next ruler. The Otto's not there. The Queen's not there. Just one guard comes to say hi to her, and it's obvious that she's getting the fuck you treatment.
Her carriage's window.
All hail Rhaenyra, House Targaryen, Princess of Dragonstone and heir to the Iron Throne, and her royal consort, Prince Daemon Targaryen.
The carriage door opens. Rhaenyra steps out into the courtyard with over a dozen guards and a few King's guards posted around its perimeter.
All wanting to kill them.
Rhaenyra's gown as she walks toward the entrance to the Red Keep. Daemon steps to her side. The entrance opens and Caswell steps out.
You need to.
Daemon watches him closely as he steps to Rhaenyra, then bows his head.
If you come to King's Landing, you best bring an umbrella.
Takes her hands.
Welcome back, Princess.
Yeah, greet us for Rhaenyra. Hey, girl. Come, what's going on, princess?
Lord Caswell.
Steps away. Alicent frowns.
So she comes in. Rhaenyra goes and faces off with the Queen and talks some shit and is like, where's my fair trial? I'm not going to get a fair situation. Who's in charge of this whole situation? Alicent's like, even though you talk shit to me, I'll still be just. Myself and my father is going to decide this fate because the king is trash right now. Cannot do anything, and we have our hand so far up his ass and through that hole in his eye. So this is how it is, Rhaenyra. And this is one of the scenes that I really enjoyed Emma Darcy's performance. I think these actresses have great chemistry together, and they work well off of each other.
At the head of the small council table.
Continue to enjoy improved customs duty. I've requested half that again for a bronze bust they wish to commission for the Festival of the Mother, which I would not recommend.
Thank you for that exhaustive.
Oh,
answer,
shut up.
Lord Beesbury. I remind you.
Don't give
Alicent looks from Beesbury to the doors as Harold strides through them and to the table.
Here they
He bows
come.
his head.
Your guests have arrived, Your Grace.
I trust they've been welcomed as befits their station.
What the fuck's that mean, you douchebag?
It was
Befits
my
their
understanding
station.
Lord Corlys wished for his grandson, Lucerys, to succeed him as Lord of the Tides.
It's a hot tower rent tonight. It's a hot tower rent tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto.
Man, fuck Otto.
The boy has been raised most of his life away from Driftmark. He can fly a dragon, yes, but can he command a fleet?
Ability does not alter his claim.
The Sea Snake has never formally named him as heir, if it comes to that.
Okay, so the Sea Snake never formally named him as heir. He's just said it to pretty much everyone that wants to listen. So now they're going to talk about the situation and debate the issue, and they go back and forth. But ultimately, this is going to be, as it seems right now, Alicent and Otto's decision.
Crown must choose what is best for the realm.
He is Laenor's son. What grounds could there be
What
for...
indeed, Lord Beesbury? What indeed?
We shall hear Princess Rhaenyra's petition along with those of the other claimants on the morrow. I do beg your pardon, my lords.
Carla B's like, she's like a walking, the other, I keep blanking on her name, the daughter, Alicent's daughter, is like a walking fortune cookie.
Must greet our guests.
Alicent.
Yes. I just altered the amazing Timo Fuck Sansa song and changed it to Fuck Otto as requested last week in the live chat.
Rises and steps away. Otto watches.
Made things easier. I just re-recorded the vocals.
Sir, go.
Shall we levy a tax on the sale of new wool?
Your Grace, a matter has arisen that requires your attention.
Whatever it is, Sir Eric, you need to...
Oh yeah, I forgot about this whole section.
American Grace.
The Aegon fucking...
My apologies, sir.
It's about the prince. There's been a delicate situation in his apartments.
Rhaenyra enters Viserys' chambers.
So this is a whole big mess. Okay, so she goes off and deals with that. We'll deal with that in a second. And then we get to Rhaenyra going to meet the king. Her and Daemon, they talk to him, and oh no, this is Rhaenyra talking with Rhaenys to make sure to see how shit's gonna go down. And this is a very interesting dynamic between the two of them, because Rhaenys thinks that Rhaenyra killed her son, which we know she actually at least was a part of him escaping and leaving. And they obviously cannot tell her this information. So Rhaenyra needs to work around it very carefully. This is one of those moments where I thought this is just great acting all around by both performers, playing the subtext of the scene and playing the obviousness of the scene. And they both bounce off each other well, both those sides of the discussion. And the looks they give each other, very effective scene. One of my favorites of the episode.
Daemon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong about my orders of scenes, but anyways, I think I talked about, I think that's a later scene, but whatever. So the scene that actually is happening right now is Daemon and Rhaenyra are showing up to see Viserys for the first time. And the place is decorated all differently. They make reference that all the Targaryen historic imagery and all that kind of stuff has dissipated. Alicent is there. Alicent is interrupted. Then Rhaenyra goes into the king's chambers. It's a bad scene. He's bedridden, and this starts a lot of really uncomfortableness.
Rhaenyra stares down at him.
Who goes there?
Father. It's me, my king. Rhaenyra.
Daemon approaches.
I'm here with Daemon.
Leave it, Stewie. Leave it, Stewie. Lie down. Good boy. Good boy.
She helps him sit up slightly.
Oh. And she helped.
Daemon peers down at Viserys.
She helps him sit up. Daemon peers down and goes, "Damn, thank God this isn't me."
Viserys' face crumples.
Viserys' face crumples.
The sea snake has taken a grave wound in battle in the Stepstones.
And Rhaenyra is looking at him like, "Why are you talking about this shit? You see this dude? You think he can do anything?" And this starts with the double-ended sword guilt that they give him. First hear from Daemon, and then Rhaenyra gives it to him later in the episode, where they're basically like, you need to do some shit here. You need to do something.
You won that 4 years ago.
No. The trike is resurgent. The fighting is new. There is a petition to decide upon.
Antoine, it's the Team Black rant of the night. It's the Team Black rant of the night. Fuck Alicent, fuck Alicent, fuck Alicent.
On the succession of Driftmark and the heir to the Driftwood throne.
So he's bringing up all this shit, and Viserys is like, no. That's for Otto and Alicent to deal with. Leave me out of this shit.
Petitions.
Dude, petitions? Do you see me? I looked like the Crypt Keeper 2 weeks ago. How do you think I look now? I look like the mummy half unwrapped.
Listen to Noto. She too.
Santovia Major, me as well. We were talking about that earlier. Anyone I think that's ever cared for a sick and dying relative can have major emotional ties to just the whole depiction of Viserys falling apart tonight. I'm not going to say we've all been there, but a lot of us have been in that situation. And this episode was painfully accurate to how it feels at times to listen to that and be around it. And it filled me with remembrance kind of emotional kind of nonsense watching this episode, taking care of my grandmother and my mother. And it's, fucking huge.
Well, that business now.
No, brother, listen to me. You are to have...
Maud Mary, to change things up. Aegon jerking on the small folk and for foretelling of him running that poor girl and that mama had to kill because he's a useless fucking cunt. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I think that's why that scene showed how little he cares for anybody or anything, and it led perfect into this episode to show how much of a pathetic douchebag fucking horrible fuck he is.
Your position for Lucerys to be Corlys Velarion's successor.
He's like, no. And then they go and try to guilt him by showing him their kids that they had together. Her
brother.
This is Viserys.
She holds Viserys. Viserys reaches out to the baby.
That is
great acting by the baby in this scene too. If you haven't watched it, the baby's looking at Viserys like Viserys. The baby's looking at Crypt Keeper Viserys like. That kid actor did not like the makeup of Paddy Considine in this scene. Do you know, and I said it earlier, I didn't know until like this week, or maybe it was last week or something. I can't remember if someone on the podcast said it or I heard it somewhere else, but I didn't realize that Paddy Considine was the kicker in The Replacements. Our king.
Name. Fit for a king.
Viserys grins, then winces.
Yeah, I think it was Die Tonight Tea as well. I think I yada over that. Oh, no, it's coming up next. But I'm of the believer, I'll yada through it now. But I'm of the believer that Alicent murdered this girl, gave her you die tonight tea.
I'm sorry.
Now, Viserys has this is a very uncomfortable moment right here. This is one of those, this moment right here is one of these, they got it very accurate to real life kind of moments with the babies crying and the family, it's like, I can't even watch this.
I'm sorry.
Ole, 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 ole. Exactly, Lux. That's our king. Smoking cigarettes and kicking field goals.
My tea.
The Boot. Is that his name in the movie?
Yes.
Daemon hands Viserys a small goblet. He sips from it.
A goblet of fire?
He hands it back to Daemon. Daemon sniffs the goblet, then trades a tense look with Rhaenyra as a maidservant carries the babies away.
This is why Recap Guy is way better than I could ever be. Again, you want to hear my notes in this moment? The king says Otto will do it. Daemon, they introduce 2 more kids, and they joke for naming the king. Daemon giggles, but then the king can't deal with it. He needs his tea. The baby cries. It's a very emotional scene as Daemon sniffs the tea, and Rhaenyra and him share a sus look. So I think Recap Guy wins.
A girl prostrates before Alicent.
A girl prostrates before... Recap Guy dropping dialogue here. Like, I'm sorry. Am I just stupid enough that my lexicon doesn't use words like prostitute or something? Like, it doesn't. She bows down before her? Like, what the fuck? Recap Guy. You're killing me here, dude. What's my point? I'm just not gonna do the live show anymore. I'm just gonna play Recap Guy and like sit and listen and drink.
He hands it back to Daemon. Daemon sniffs the goblet, then trades a tense look with Rhaenyra as a maidservant carries the babies away. A girl prostrates before Alicent.
And Alicent looking down on her, but she's not really pissed at this girl. She's more pissed at Aegon that's making her everything that Alicent does, even though I think Alicent is culpable. Everything she's doing is because she's cleaning up or being influenced by somebody else. Like, she's doing this horrible thing, killing this girl because she has to clean up for her fucking reject fuck son. Her relationship with Rhaenyra ultimately got soured because of Otto and Larys playing her. So I she's not very bright, and she's easily manipulatable. Easy to manipulate. I would love to play poker with Alicent. Those eyes would tell me everything I need.
I brought her here immediately. She's seen no one else, you guys.
Alicent nods lightly, and Talia leaves.
Oh, well, okay. So the recap guy used the wrong words. Let's make sure here, okay? Did recap guy fuck it up? Is my lexicon stupid enough because I don't know that he used the wrong fucking words? Recap guy.
Damon sniffs,
I brought her here.
then trades a tense look with Rhaenyra as a maidservant carries the babies away.
Peggy says prostrates is the opposite of sin. Yeah. Maud Mary says it's stand.
Here immediately. She's seen no one else, you guys.
Do we need to write a letter to recap guy? Do we need to do like Joe and I did with when we called AMC to tell them how bad the Walking Dead episode was? Do we need to call and say they used the wrong words here?
A girl prostrates before Alicent.
Prostrates? Maud Mary says, I think recap guy is. I think it's like bow down. I thought the meaning was like bow down in a or like a religious-y kind of bow, pray kind of way, but I could be wrong. I don't know nothing about nothing.
I brought her here immediately. She's seen no one else, you guys.
Alicent nods lightly, and Talia leaves. Alicent bends down to the girl.
Come here, sweetly.
We're wrong. We just wanted to find a chink in the armor of recap guy before anyone that's listening to this and writing in the comment section later. We have been proven wrong. The answer is to the definition is to kneel or bow before a king, to prostrate yourself. And I'm glad they don't abuse on the sex scenes. Hodor penis still gives me nightmares, says Jedi Dick Sensei. Now, Sensei. I love how you say in your comment. No, I love it, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I find it amazing that your name is Jedi Dick Sensei. You're like, that Hodor penis gives me nightmares. The visual image of a Jedi Dick Sensei. Why can't I say Sensei right now? Sensei. I want to keep saying Sensei for some reason. I have some Sensei in my mind. Something about because I want to say Jedi Sensei. I think that's why I want to do the alliteration of it all. And I'm imagining the visual of a Jedi Dick Sensei. Is he like Rick Moranis in Spaceballs where he's got the Schwartz? My Schwartz is as big as yours. Let's see how well you handle it. That's the image that pops in my head. Iron Throne says, Hodor penis caused a 200% increase in penis enlargement pill sales. This is a fact. Iron Throne doesn't mess around with statistics. You guys are amazing. Aegon Tate might give me nightmares. I know. I posted a video this week of a Homelander and Aegon back and forth, and I surprisingly got some fun hate for that. People are like, I don't want to see that. It's in the shows you're watching. You don't want to see what's in the shows you're watching. Anyways, let's get the recap guy. I love how we all argued with recap guy. Or like, recap guy is a professional professor of English studies at the English University of America.
The girl, a blonde maidservant, stands and bows her head. Tears streak her face.
No
she
one
trembles.
No one did. Mark, I said that. I heard that, read your comment in my head like Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing. No one dates my niece but me. No one dates baby in the corner.
Tell me your name.
It's Diana, Your Grace. If it please you.
Diana. What a pretty name.
Alicent smiles gently.
I understand you found yourself in some trouble.
Thank you, Ian.
Diana's hair hangs tangled over her face.
I was fetching the princess's wine, and I put it on his table. When I turned, I didn't see him.
What the flying stop! Can someone kill this kid? Can someone please kill Aegon like now? Again, it's not about who's right or wrong in this situation. A dink burger is a dink burger. I'm team good show. Or someone said team White Walkers, where I will kill them all. But let's cut down the shit sandwich. This Aegon is one of the biggest douche sausages we've seen on the show so far, on both shows. Like, he's not in love with violence or sadistic in the way of, say, Ramsay, Joffrey, Larys, or potentially Aemon as well. But he's a different kind of, like, pathetic douche. He's a different kind of douchebag than we've seen on Game of Thrones so far. He's like if he wasn't a Targaryen, he would be like one of the dudes sent to the wall for being a fucking pathetic asshole. Anyways. Poor fucking girl.
Stop, you guys.
Fucking.
Julie, you must believe me.
Alicent hugs Diana.
Oh, wow, we get her name. Her name is Diana. Thank you, recap guy. I would never have known that. But they actually took the time to name this girl.
Alicent rocks her.
Alicent rocks her, says, sorry, girl, you need to die. She gives her the Godfather kiss of death right here. This is cold-ass shit. She's hugging her. She's like, listen, it's going to be okay. Thank you for telling me the truth. You're awesome. You know, people like to tell me the truth. People just come up to me and tell me shit. Crispy told me the truth. Everyone tells me the truth. And, you know, you're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Okay, so let's watch this scene.
Alicent looks down.
But what I worry about
She steps back.
is what others might believe.
This is where she flips it around. She brings out this. She stops with the sweet, brings out the salt. Does she kill this girl?
You were alone with the prince, were you not?
Yes.
And no one else saw what happened between the two of you. If anyone else were to hear about this.
I haven't told anyone.
You told Sir Eric, and Talia, and now me.
Basically, you've told everybody.
And I believe you were not to blame. Others might not be so trusting.
So you's got to disappear.
They might think you were trying to besmirch the prince, or worse. That you're the sort of girl that might have enticed him in the first place.
You know what they call those girls? They call them Rhaenyras.
I wasn't dreaming of anything another word to anyone. You're right. It's not about my life.
Alicent nods rigidly.
Rigidly or frigidly? I think both could be proper terms there, recap guy.
Alicent meets Diana's eye.
Okay, so she tells her everything's
Talia
gonna be okay.
returns with a cup and a pitcher.
The tea, Your Grace.
And she gives her the tea.
Diana rigidly stares at Alicent as she pours milky liquid into the cup.
Milky liquid. So is this milky liquid going to kill her? Okay, let me know in the live chat. You know, you can use emojis. Give me the death emoji or not, or just say live or death. Does this girl live or does this girl die? Is Alicent killing her?
Alicent offers it to Diana.
It's best to be certain.
Diana takes the cup. Shaking, she eyes it. She and Alicent look into each other's eyes.
Don't drink it. Don't drink the tea.
Shaking, Diana raises the cup and drinks from it.
The way they close close the camera in on Allison's face, I'm looking at it right now. I wish I could show it to you. It makes it seem to me that they do, in fact, that she did kill her. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to see it any other way. I'm trying to watch it, look at it, and be like, yeah, maybe not, but yeah. And I'm trying to put this up on the screen. I don't think it's still a black screen. It's not letting me show the video. So I think she lived. She gave her hand a full money. Allison seems pretty sympathetic. She never made it to her next shift. Let's put it that way, says Maud Mary. She should have listened to Dave Matthews. Don't drink the tea water. They told me to make just the tea. Okay, so we seem pretty split on this.
Allison looks down and softly shakes her head. Allison stands over Aegon while he lies in bed.
Get up. Aegon!
I want to listen to this.
She rips his bedsheet off.
Get up!
Yeah. Deanna, we won't see her anymore. Well, we get to see Aegon's ass again here in this scene. I paused it right there on another Aegon's ass shot.
He covers himself.
Mother, what is it?
What is it? What is it? What is it? That's all you could say for yourself.
Dogs, stop.
Something happened.
Diana. The serving girl.
Aegon puffs his cheeks.
For God's sake. The girl. Aegon, the one you sent fleeing from your company.
Oh, it was just harmless fun. She didn't need to go get upset about it.
Think of the shame on your wife.
Sorry, the hounds were Ramsay's hounds were barking for me. I say she left the keep, but then Larys killed her anyways because it was the smartest thing to do. I think Larys was interesting missing in this episode. I'm sure he's behind the scenes somewhere.
On me. How can you keep carrying on like this, especially on a day like today?
Why? What is it today?
He sits up and she slaps him. Alicent looks down at Aegon, teary-eyed. She shakes her head. Her face hardens, and she leans down toward him.
You are no son of mine.
Aegon stares at her.
Exactly. YouTube's blocking me from showing the ass. So she beats the shit out of him, abuses him again, fucks with him, says you got to be the king, whether you want to or not. And if you try to get over there, Lucy, I will fucking go over there and make you go sit on the couch. Go lie down, Lucy. Don't be like the girl. Drink the tea, Lucy. Drink the tea. Drink the tea. Don't make me bring Crispy in. One way or another, she is gone. So Alicent walks out.
I did not ask for this. I've done everything you've asked me to. And I try so hard, but it will never be enough for you or Father.
Helena walks in.
Have you seen Diana? She's supposed to dress the children.
Alicent stares at Helena, then wraps her in a tight embrace. Rhaenyra stands by Daemon in Viserys' chamber.
He looks like a different person. I believe we should also consult Mr. Gerardis. Perhaps if he could see the king, he'd suggest a different...
Princess Rhaenyra.
So they talk and they try to figure something out here. And we go off to Aegon and she slaps him. She beats the shit out of him. And then this is another one of the best scenes in the episode. Daemon kills it in this scene. I almost want to play the whole thing. Someone said it earlier in the live chat. And I'm going to quote Mark Houston in the live chat. You don't rush the process. And Matt Smith doesn't rush his dialogue at all. When he says something, it counts. And the subtext of this scene between Alicent and Daemon, and Daemon's love for his brother, frustration for the whole situation, just really great stuff. Emma Darcy is amazing in this scene too, as well as Olivia Cook. These are the three for me right now, since it seems like Paddy Considine is gone. These three are the best three actors on the show, and it and they kill it in this scene together. And I love this calm before the storm episode here, and the anticipation and the anxiety in the whole episode, and then the sadness mixed with watching Viserys go. Really well put together, awesome episode of a television show.
And Prince Daemon.
Alicent looks at a scar on Rhaenyra's arm.
It's been so long since we were granted the joy of your presence.
Rhaenyra raises her arms to her belly.
Indeed.
Natalie, please, no, Phil, love you though. What should I do? No to what? I've never. The timing is off sometimes, so I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Your Grace.
They're not long enough to merit a greeting upon our arrival.
I'm sure the Queen had pressing business, my love. What can either of us know of ruling a kingdom?
I do not rule, as you well know.
Daemon's look, just the body language. Again, I wish I could show it. The body language of Daemon in this scene too is just like, yep, fucking assholes.
My father and I are mere stewards of the king's will and wisdom.
And how exactly is that wisdom expressed? In blinks and wheezes? I'd be surprised if he could remember his own name, or if you could.
King Viserys is...
Bam! Like, it's just, he's so cutting.
His condition has worsened since you saw him last. It subjects him to considerable pain on the advice of the maesters.
Oh, the maesters, of course.
Oh, yeah, the maesters. And I believe true, like, Alicent is a little less aggro in this scene than we've seen her in the past couple of episodes. And she's almost like, you can see her moderate care for Viserys, and that I don't think if there is some sort of conspiracy to have destroyed Viserys to put him to this point, I don't think Alicent's a part of that. I think her part of that was to distract him and be there for him and blah, 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 blah. I think she legitimately, I'm not going to say she cares about him, but what Rhaenyra toasts later is, I think, relatively true. I think she cares about the best interest of her family and her kids and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think she's done completely bad by Viserys in the way that she takes care of him. And you can make horrible decisions, be on the wrong side of a point, and still take care of a sick relative relatively all right. And I think the way she does baby him and she does take control of the situation, but in this episode you can feel, again, that feeling that I was talking about all night. She's the one that I'm in her perspective, taking care of my sick family member, being in that moment, seeing it from her perspective, because she's the one that's with him all the time. And even if she's off on some trip she shouldn't be on right now, which she almost got off of, if she wasn't stupid and misunderstood Viserys at the end of the episode, we might have had a different situation here. But she ultimately came to the right decision in the middle of this episode. We'll get there, but she decides, fuck it. I think, at least from her perspective, whether Otto would have let that happen or Larys would have let that happen, I think Alicent, at a point in this episode, gets to the point of, okay, Rhaenyra is just going to be the heir. Fuck this. No war. Make love, not war. It's so absurd. Legoland at Chimneys. Legoland was much bigger. And Alicent wants us to believe that alcoholic rapist is the prince that was promised. Daemon truly is in the moment. Diana is dead, says Sci-Fi. Let's continue with this scene.
It is they who keep him addled on milk of the poppy while the High Towers warm his throne.
Rhaenyra, if you would see him without it, almost blind with suffering.
No, Alicent, I have no doubt it was an act of the purest mercy, but tell me, for the king's suffering, did the maesters also prescribe the removal of Targaryen heraldry and the installation in its stead of various statues and stars?
The emblems of the Seven serve only to guide us on an uncertain path.
Igor in the live chat. Great to see you, buddy.
To remind us of a higher authority.
And on the morrow, which authority will sit in judgment of my son's claim on his...
And she says it'll be us, and we'll hopefully be nicer than you were. So we go off to the Strong kids, talking about how they're Strongs, and they're checking out their old stomping ground, and we see who grew up a lot in 6 years. Aemon Targaryen is a total badass at this point, and from the moment he sees these two kids, he starts eye-fucking them. And then we get a comment about Kristen says something to him like, "Listen, you're ready for the tournaments or something." He goes, "Fuck the tournaments. That's not what I care about." And then he turns and he goes, Hey, nephews, are you here to trade?" And this dude, again, I'm not going to belabor this point. I am belaboring this point. This dude is an adult. This dude looks like a 35-year-old warrior. He looks like Daemon's age. And he's supposed to be 6 years older than the kid we saw. But whatever. Growth spurt. He's big for his age. It happens. Riding dragons happen. Great to see Case Kit. I definitely remember your name because I remember always mispronouncing your name. Great to see you in the live chat. After this episode of House of the Dragon, I love seeing old faces from all over the years coming back in and checking in. So it's great to see you. Long time no chat. John Haymaker says it's the Moon Tea. Nod to the this is all filmed prior to the decision. You can see the parallels in modern day. Don't say "I fucking" when there are so many empty sockets around, says Jack Me Off. Very good point. He looks old. He looks too old. Maybe he smokes. He definitely looks old. I mean, I can talk around it a little bit, but I'll get used to it real quick. But he definitely does not look only 6 years older than the kid, or not even 10 years older than the kid that we saw at the end of the last episode. That's all I'm saying. And the Aegon looks like a completely different person too. He looks like he shrunk. And he has a different body type. That I can more buy. Not the shrinking part, but the different body type. But this kid... it looks like it's 15, 20 years later, if we're gonna say it's the same thing. Let's listen. I missed that we had a voicemail, and we also do have. If anyone else wants to call in, you can call in at 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. Here we go.
Well, it's Roger again. I've been feeling down from, what I told you from my last message, but your live streams and everyone speaking just is lightening my evening. It's putting some joy back in my life. But I wanted to know, did you go through something like this with one of your dogs where they lost something of that caliber? And if so, how did you deal with it? Pass me some wise words down to a simple busted, if you kindly.
It's really difficult being somebody that works with animals. I've dealt with the loss of animals under my care, gone to owners' houses where I've worked with dogs since they were a puppy, and then lost some of my kitties in situations. I have a very sad story. The best way to deal with it is knowing that my cousin Emily's dog lost an eye, and it's one of those situations where the dog will adjust, and dogs are amazingly adaptable creatures that will find joy in the craziest places. So the best thing you can do is just stay as positive as you can towards the dog, because that positive energy is infectious. So no matter what you do, make sure that you make the dog feel as much as you can through your actions and through your vibes that everything's going to be awesome. And then the dog will enjoy relearning everything from square one again. It'll be fun. It'll be, you'll connect with the dog again in a lot of different ways. So, it's sad. It's hard. It's going to be a struggle, but I think you and your dog can end up closer in the end. So sorry about that over there, my babblery about that. I'm gonna get emotional talking about my animals.
Nephews,
He eyes Luke and Jace.
have you come to train?
Two guards open the large.
And then the Valerians arrive. I love how the guys that make the announcements when other people arrive are just traveling around everywhere, like they're just hanging out the door. Ah, the Valerians from Driftmark arrived. Holy shit. I mean, I want that job. Again, I want the drumming job, but I also would love that job. Holy shit, we have one of the amazing people in the world, even though we haven't done it in a long time, my After Dark podcasting partner from the Red Lipstick Club, the wonderful Anna. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to Anna at the Red Lipstick Club. I just finished episode 8. Wow, okay, I get all the hype and the allegiance. It's the Hatfields versus the McCoys, and I love it. Great perspective. It really is. And it seems like even when there's healing, it just keeps going because it's just that core frustration and problems that there is no right or wrong. It just comes from frustrations from both sides. We got Carlo Wade in the live chat. Says, Anna, I need a new update on your favorite character so far. Aemon and Daemon are both supposed to be parallels. Both are roguish second sons. And did you get the feeling, people in the live chat, I'm wondering, we haven't got to that scene yet, but as we approach it, when Daemon gets in Aemon's face, when Aemon's about to set it off, and Aemon walks away with a smug, do you think he does that in that sense because he does kind of respect Daemon as another dragon riding roguey kind of whatever? And their day is coming. Those two are in a one-way course. They're in an action movie to face off in a who's the roguiest blonde around. It's gonna happen. But they're not directly related like father and son. I'm not talking about the same blonde here. I'm talking about similar faces. Sorry.
Vaemon strides in with an entourage of guards and bannermen. Aemon watches them advance unblinkingly. Vaemon looks at Luke as he passes him by.
Sorry, I thought I solved my drinking problem. I can't. It's all over everywhere. Oh, well, okay, the strong kids arrive. Anyways, the Valerians arrive. Then Otto and the Queen talk about Corlys. And this is sort of behind the scenes discussion before the case happens, where they have the behind the scenes discussion where this dude is trying to influence the decision before it actually happens. A backroom deal, and this is Otto at his most fuckiness.
May yet live.
But we must be prepared if he does not.
Vaemon stands nearby. He sits next to Otto.
The realm has enjoyed a long peace. A credit to the work of both Jaehaerys and Viserys, but the threat of war looms and may arrive on our shores. When it does, will you want a child at the command of the greatest fleet in Westeros?
We must, of course, act in the interest of our subjects.
Whatever. Fuck off.
The next Lord of the Tides will be deeply...
Aemon is like Iceman in Top Gun chewing the gum. I agree. That's what I'm thinking exactly like that. They're gonna face off before the end of the movie for sure. And we do have a voicemail, and I see we have a text as well. I'm gonna get to both of those. Keep them coming. 781-990-8509. 781-990-8509. Get your voice in. Let me know what you thought of this particular episode of House of the Dragon. Love to hear from you. Call on in 781-990-8509. Okay, so let me continue. Otto and the Queen, they have this whole conversation. So then we go off after this scene. I already talked about the
staring up at the weird.
The next scene, the scene with Rhaenys and Rhaenyra, I believe. I kind of already talked about this, but let's listen to this a little bit anyway.
Wood tree. The setting sun shines through its crimson leaves and highlights its white branches.
Grandmother?
Rhaenys turns around.
Rhaena.
She beams as Rhaena.
You know what? We're going to try something new tonight. Let's see if it works. Anna, can you hear me? I don't think it's working, unfortunately. I'm trying to take a live call.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Welcome to the show, Anna. How's it going?
Probably because it was on my headset. It was like double connected. So
I apologize for my really awful audio. The way I have this hooked in, you're probably hearing me all distorted and shit. But I apologize.
I love it. I didn't know you could take a live call.
I was trying. I saw it was you that was calling, so I'm like, oh, I'll take it. I'll try. I'll see if it works live. So,
well, hi everybody. Hi everyone in the chat. I know it's only my voice, but it's me.
So, what are your thoughts on this season so far? I know you just recently caught up, and this episode in general. I'll pick your brain for a little bit before I let you go.
Yes, it's it's so funny. So I DM with Carla about it. So sorry, I'm outside, you guys. So if you hear a car, my bad. But anyway, I've been DMing with Carla about it because she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you actually watched it." I said, I was tired of you guys making fun of me that I don't watch any of it and I know nothing. And I said, "Okay, let me just see if you were a novice and you've never seen this, could this be interesting to you?" And what I have found is it's literally a soap opera. And I don't know any of the backstory, but I think they've done a good enough job. There's some gaps here and there, but they did a pretty good job at least telling a storyline well enough to where if you know nothing about Game of Thrones, you can follow it enough to enjoy it.
That's awesome.
And really like it.
That's awesome to hear because you haven't watched the original Game of Thrones series yet. This is your first introduction to Song of Ice and Fire.
Exactly. I have never seen not one episode of Game of Thrones, so that just tells you what a novice I am. Not one. I've heard some of the characters' names, but I couldn't relate anything. I've heard of dragons and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cute. I don't know anything else. So I had to come into it from a perspective of knowing nothing and wondering if this was something, if I just watched this from this show all by itself, would it be something I'd recommend to someone that has never seen Game of Thrones? And actually, I would, even though it has some gruesome, it's not that bad. And I'm like a weakling when it comes to that, but I could get through it. So I have loved it so far. I was chatting with Carla. She was asking about the characters and who I loved, and it switches honestly from episode to episode. Only thing that irritated me is what's his name? Daemon. I don't know how the fuck Daemon ended up married with all these kids all of a sudden. That was random as hell to me. And that was a little shaky how they did that. But other than that, I was like, okay, I get it. I at least know who that character is. And I did a few Wikipedia searches and I connected some dots. And it was fine. So even if you don't know, do a few searches, you will figure it out. But I loved it. This episode was 7 kind of dragged for me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Me too. It was, I'm not going to say I didn't like it, but it was near the bottom of the episodes for me. I think you needed to move some stuff along to get to this episode. And I think it's really cool what you're saying because I always wonder that about shows like this or shows like Better Call Saul or even something, I guess less so Frasier because it's a sitcom, but when you haven't watched the previous show, I know so many people that were into Saul got into Saul first and then watched Breaking Bad. And it's interesting to hear it from the perspective of somebody that's watching this before being exposed to any of the other Song of Ice and Fire stuff and hearing the perspective of that. It's just an interesting, different than most people that are watching this series probably.
Yes. I know Carla's like, I want you on the panel so you can talk about it. I'm like, I'll talk about it like I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, which I love. But
are you McDreamy or McSteamy? Which one are you?
I have a moment, you know. You marry McDreamy, you fuck McSteamy. Everybody knows that.
Which one is the dude from Can't Buy Me Love? I don't watch the show. I just know that one of them's the dude from Can't Buy Me Love and in that movie Loverboy with the extra anchovies where he's like a male prostitute. I don't know if you saw either of those movies.
Oh, I think that's Steamy. Dreamy's the one that's from the Can't Buy Me Love, I think.
Okay, no, okay, that's that one. Okay, Patrick Dempsey or
That's
is it?
Dreamy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Dreamy.
Yeah, I like that actor. He's always playing that. His first role was like a con man kid that was like sexy and seduced everyone, and then he was in Can't Buy Me Love, where he was a nerd that became cool and seduced everyone. And then he was a male prostitute, pizza boy.
Exactly. But I will say this episode, so 7 kind of dragged, but I got it. You know, I understood that it had to be done so we can kind of bridge some gaps and kind of connect some dots and stuff. I don't know why none of these kids have come out like incredibly ugly, because the inbreeding is next level. But
it's catching up.
You know, right? So you get to 8. I'm wondering if, like, since I don't know any background, and don't tell me, but like Rhaenyra, her 3 boys, I'm like, somebody has to like step up and get their whole like night game together or something, because like they feel soft as hell, and I'm like, she can't have 3 boys that their dad is like somebody serious, you know, like I don't know, was he a knight or a fighter? What was he? Yeah,
he was supposed to be like the toughest guy around, and then especially when you have on the other side, you got the Dread Pirate Roberts there, the other Aemon Targaryen ready to kill you. Like one of those, they need to grow up quick, or they're in some trouble.
Yes, yeah. I'm just like they need to like grow a pair or something, because they felt soft as hell and at this dinner, and I'm just like, they are so fucking soft, and it was really annoying to me. And I'm also trying to figure out he's the middle kid. Why does he look 40 years old? That was really confusing.
Dude, I'm with you on that one so much, especially because between episodes 6 and 7, it was 10 years. Between 7 and 8, it was roughly 6 or 7 years. And you're telling me the kid aged that much in 7 years? No.
Yes.
He's got the Sean Bradley.
I'm thinking they probably cast him because he did have a very badass quality about him. And I don't know if they would have maybe cast somebody younger, if they would have given you that feeling.
Excellent
where
point.
You're looking at like Rhaenyra's boys and saying like, your boys need to get this shit together. Like that's kind of how I felt. I was just like, girl, you need to put a sword in your boys' hands and like represent. They just felt real soft to me, and I'm just like, I feel like their whole kingdoms could be taken over. That's how soft they felt. So that was looking real suspicious. But I just love the dinner. It just reminds me so much of my grandpa, and just like I have a family that has all that infighting, and it just has never been rectified. And I wish my grandpa would have had this same opportunity, even if it didn't last at the end, just to have the moment to say, can you guys get this together?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm sure it's not just my family. I'm sure there's lots of families out there that could relate to that moment where it's a lot of infighting in your family, and the patriarch is just like, look, I get it, but this is what it is, and this is family, and you need to figure it out. And quite honestly, we think about even our families now. You know, some of the siblings, I think even like our parents and stuff, some of their siblings probably aren't even all their full-blooded siblings, because people were sleeping around in neighborhoods and stuff. There's a lot of mixing around. They didn't have DNA tests back then, so I mean,
yeah, Maury's not showing up in Westeros and being like, you're not the father over here. Or thank you, Carol Funk, for popping on over here. See, people say the Aemon actor is only 20. Someone in the live chat earlier said, then that dude smoked or something. That dude's got 40-year-old face. Maybe it's the eye patch or something. Maybe the eye patch just makes him look older. But he's 20. The actor that's played him is 20. That perfectly fine. So they did it at appropriate age. He's like a reverse Machio, you know, like Machio at like 40 years old still looked 20.
I love it. I see John in the chat. I'm like, I'm so sorry, John. You're so sad that I'm on here and you want him to hang up on me. But since he isn't, you should just enjoy it and love it. And maybe one time you'll catch me on a stream.
Absolutely. House McDreamy. And it's the scarring and the eye patch. I mean, they're supposed to be younger, more childlike. It is the eye patch. It's probably the eye patch.
It could be the eye patch. He's a great character. I don't know. I just thought it was a really great episode. It was very climactic. I don't know how he pulled it together to walk into that throne room. to do that. But I mean, I feel like my dad would probably do the same thing to stand up for me too. You know, especially knowing what she's been through to even be in that position. I'm like, everybody knew he was gay. Like, you guys knew he wasn't going to be able to have any kids. So what did you want him to do? Like, you needed an heir. So what were you going to do?
Yeah. And I also like how the king in that situation, when the dude calls her a whore, he pulls out a knife to defend. He can barely stand up, and he gets out and he still pulls out the dagger to go do it before Daemon cuts that dude's head off.
Yes. And John, I can answer, John. It's cool. You can totally have an opinion. I don't think it's an emasculation. I think I'm just comparing one group of the family of young men to another group of men. I'm not comparing men to women. I'm actually comparing one group of men to another group of men. And I'm basically looking at the situation at hand. And I'm like, I don't feel like her sons were given all the tools to be able to stand up for themselves or be able to protect their kingdoms.
Yeah.
If they just seem like they weren't really given those tools, and it's a little scary. If I were Rhaenyra, I'd be a little concerned that I maybe haven't given my boys the tools to be able to protect
And I think
what they've inherited.
And I think some of that was also done on purpose, unfortunately, from Kristen Cole, who was responsible for their training as a young age and paid more attention to the blonde boys than he did to the Strongs, because he was butthurt about the whole Rhaenyra situation, and put those kids behind the 8 ball as is. So they, again, to your point, Anna, I do agree that those kids better age up and toughen up quick, in the sense of they're at war now, and that dude Aemon's got his eye set on them. You can just see it. He was in the dinner table. I'm surprised he didn't try to cut them up in that room. He wanted blood, and they better watch out. And I don't know anything that's going to happen. But
he just had it. He had that like guttural instinct that you could tell, even if they didn't make him train for potential war, he was going to do it on his own. He had like his own chip on his shoulder, and because the other ones were raised somewhere else, they didn't have that same chip on their shoulder. They didn't know what that felt like, so you could feel the difference. I was like, you guys are going to have to get it together, because you could lose a lot. And I'm sure we've watched 8 episodes now. If you're not watching your own back, somebody will come in and take your throne. I don't think that's hard to disseminate. I mean, I don't think you have to be an expert to recognize that.
Yep. And the scene that we're on in the recap, I'm going to keep Anna on for a few more minutes, and then I'll let her go.
Sure.
And before I start talking about how
you're not hurting my feelings, John. You keep saying you just join the conversation. I don't have thin skin, so have a good time.
Yeah, definitely not going to hurt Anna's. You'd have to get here a lot earlier. It's like John Q said. You want to hurt me? You're gonna have to do that a lot hard. You have to come a lot harder than that if you want to hurt me.
Yeah.
And
I'm here for all my people in the chat that are excited to hear me, so that's all I care about.
And I'm happy to talk with you as well. And I'm trying not to talk about the first 2 episodes of The Mighty Ducks without Emilio in season 2, and how much I'm not feeling it. How much I miss my Emilio Estevez.
I know it's not the same without Emilio.
Too much Lauren Graham. Like, her character worked again. Whatever. No, just sorry. Anyways, so our next scene that we get into is Rhaenys and Rhaenyra, where she's in that situation where she thinks that Rhaenyra killed her son, and they have this sort of back and forth between the two of them. I think they have a really interesting dynamic, and and Rhaenys really decides to ultimately support Corlys in the end, but she still fucks with Rhaenyra here a little bit and makes her think that maybe I won't go on your side because you killed my son, and blah blah blah.
Right.
It's interesting.
Well, okay, so I have a question. So when like when you're going to all the wikis and stuff, and they're talking about that and how his death occurred, they don't really bring it up to where maybe he could be. They basically say they don't know for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess this is their way of showcasing, like, well, you don't really know if he died or not. Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah, they basically put it in a situation where anything that's ever been done in text is from the from someone's perspective instead of it being like a factual tale of what happens. You're hearing it from somebody writing the story of what happened so you don't actually know. So you hear rumors of what happened to this dude. So what we're really seeing is that in what we're seeing in the show, they spared his life or not spared his life, helped him escape essentially.
Yeah, it was very badass. I'm wondering if they're going to, because they spared him and they showed him, if he's just going to be written off, or are they going to kind of, I don't know, do their own thing away from the written content and try to, I don't know. They probably won't, but that would be interesting.
Yeah. Now, I personally don't know, just because I don't know this part of the source material. I know the main story. I purposely stayed away from this once I knew there was going to be a series. So I know the higher points, but I don't know if this character particularly comes back. So now that you have caught up with House of the Dragon and you're watching it now, when this season's over, does this interest you enough that you're going to go back and watch the main Game of Thrones series, or are you more that's too much too fast and you're going to just wait for season 2 of this particular show? Where's this in your interest in this world? All answers accept. If you're like, I'm good here, that's an acceptable answer too. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly kind of like not knowing anything and just kind of I'm not trying to be some expert. And sometimes too, just like with anything you get really passionate about, you can kind of get in the weeds about it.
Yep.
So I kind of like that can be kind of surface. That way, if you guys are like, Anna, we kind of want to know what you're thinking about this, because we know that you're not that deep into it. So I kind of maybe want to just keep it that way, to where I can just only focus on what's happening in this show.
See, I like that because
leave it at that.
Because you judge it more as like from your interest, and I'm similar, where you're judging it more as a television series and how you feel about it in that context. So to be looking at it completely uniquely simply from the television experience, it makes it's just a different kind of way of watching it. I'm kind of that way too. Like TV, even more so than movies for me, is my favorite medium. So it's the way I enjoy breaking things apart. And one last thing before we go, just because I've been wanting to talk to you for so long about it. I've decided, since it's way past that season, we'll end up doing this right before season 3 starts. We'll finally but what are your thoughts? Quick thoughts. Did you enjoy season 2 of Only Murders in the Building?
Oh, I'm obsessed. I could probably watch it. I know I watched season 1 a couple times. I'm definitely going to watch season 2 a few more times. It's such a good show, and just a comedic genius. But I heard that Steve Martin, this is probably going to be like his last
thing.
So to speak. So
yep,
he'll do one more season and retire. Oh, kills me. But it was such a good show. I loved it. Maybe the last season, hopefully, we'll be able to get on the line and talk about it a little bit.
Absolutely. We'll break down the whole.
And also, Cobra Kai was phenomenal, dude.
Oh, dude. Okay, good. Now that I know that, next season we'll get you on the Cobra Kai too. Anyways, Anna, thank you for being a guest and calling on in, and hopefully we'll hear from you again before the end of the season. I'm glad this works, and I'm sorry if my audio is crazy shitty.
No, I'm sorry I'm outside, guys, but thank you for having me, Phil. Everybody in the chat, I see so many familiar people put in there. I love them. John's fine. I mean, you can leave him in there. He doesn't have to be banned, but if he's talking crazy to everybody else, that's fine. He doesn't really bother me, but I love seeing everybody in here, just having a good time supporting Phil and his channel.
Thank you.
I just loved it. So thank you, guys. Have so much fun tonight.
Thank you, Anna. Great to have you, and great to have Anna on the show. And good that it worked. We were able to actually take a live caller. So thank you so much. Yeah, I don't think anyone was banned. Anyways, let's continue on in our recap. So Rhaenyra and Rhaenys.
Rhaenyra slowly steps to them.
Baela said you might be here.
Pauses.
Back Luke's claim, and let us betroth Laena's children to mine.
And she sets up this whole situation, and Rhaenys is like, this is desperate, or this is a smart plan, and she's like, does it really matter? Doesn't matter if it's desperate. Doesn't matter if it's a plan. This will solidify the whole situation, and your husband will get what he wants, and he'll be able to keep the name. I'll get what I want and the legitimacy. It will all be good. The blood will be fine. Is this a compromise? And ultimately, Rhaenys decides it's a adequate compromise, and she sets it up fine. And Rhaenyra, she lets Rhaenyra sweat about it, which is fun. She fucks with her. She knows that Rhaenyra, or thinks Rhaenyra, killed her son, and she wants to make Rhaenyra sweat, even though Rhaenyra presents her with the best possible solution to the situation. So I love the way Rhaenys plays Rhaenyra every time they're together. And the only time I don't like it is the fact that I have to say those two names back to back, and I screw them up. They're tough pronunciations. Jeremy says, think Rhaenyra will ever tell Rhaenys and Corlys the truth? I was thinking about that a lot tonight, Jeremy. Whether she can just tell Rhaenys that's the truth, because I think Rhaenys is the type that would know how to keep a secret like that, but they can't risk that, because then that would make their side look awful weak. I could see by the end of the war them telling them if anyone survives, but I don't know. Thank you, Anna. Very much appreciated. Oh, El Senior Slimy says, love you more, to Anna. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Still got 74 people live joining me. So if you haven't already, or about 70 or whatever, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, join the fun and call on in, leave a voicemail, or possibly get on the air, depending if I get you in time. So let's continue here, because I can't believe we've already been on 2.5 hours here. This might be one of those epic long streams here tonight. So let's continue.
Baylor.
Wow, the porn. We don't have like the craziest audience tonight, but the in the sense of numbers, but keep sharing it out. But the porn bots are extra crazy tonight. They can't wait to get in here.
Will be queen of the 7 kingdoms, and her sons will be heirs to the throne. Rhaena will rule in Driftmark, and the seat will pass to her and Lucerys' children.
Yes, I think that dude will pick your poison. I think that dude jerks off every chance he gets out that window.
A generous offer. Or a desperate one.
What does it matter?
So they have this whole conversation. It doesn't really matter. Then we go off to the king's chambers with Otto watching him. Excuse me. This is a massive fuck Otto kind of moment. And let's see if this works. Hello, caller. You're on the air. What's going on? Hello. Oh, I lost your caller. We got disconnected there. Sorry, my friend. Taking calls is a new challenge. We haven't done it in a while. But let's see if it works. Let me try to push this button. There's that thing anymore. It's been a long time since we saw that. And let's see if it works. Hello. No, sorry. I don't want to stall too much with taking calls. We'll keep working on that science, and we'll take some more calls this as soon as we can. If not, leave a voicemail. Phil, if you set your chat to subs only, they can't the bots can't comment. That's a good point, Minty, and also encourages people watching to subscribe. So maybe I will do that one of these weeks. So there's some Frankenstein stuff going on here.
Listen, Otto, I want to have dinner with my family in my hole. Stick it in my hole.
Softly in her chair and watches Viserys, his eyes shut and his.
So then she has a scene with Viserys where she's like, "Dude, if you want me, if you want to help me, like, fight for me. You need to fight for me."
Still.
Thank you, Mark Houston. Oh, yeah, I do have one voicemail from the Bloody Talker I will get to before the end of this moment. Bloody Talker, bring it on.
Hey, Phil. No, with the Daemon to Aemon thing is totally a respect bromance. I mean, it's game respecting game, right? You know, Aemon sees how Daemon handles Vaemond, right? When he, you know, screams at Rhaenyra, and he respects it. He can, because, you know, he's the same type of archetype, you know. And in the hall, when Aemon gives his toast to the strong boys, Daemon is totally smirking because he respects it. Yeah, I think there's going to be this kind of weird toxic bromance that we're going to see develop between the two.
There was a respect.
Because they're basically the same.
In some ways,
right, Phil.
I think Daemon, maybe it's just Matt Smith's performance. Maybe it's he's charmed and manipulated me in the way that I feel like Daemon's a better dude. But they're close. I can definitely see what you're saying, Bloody. And sorry for the ocarina. Phantom of the Targaryens. Yeah, absolutely, Jackie. We want as many folks as we can. We're lucky enough to have anyone. I'm looking at almost over 2.5 hours in, still to have 65, 75 people watching right now. Share this out. Keep it liked. If you haven't liked it already, share it out on your social media platforms and all that kind of stuff. Help get more people in. We're still got a ways to go here in our recap. I'll yada yada some of this, but we're getting there through this episode.
No, it's Rhaenyra, Father.
Listen.
Rhaenyra, I feel like shit. Rhaenyra, your mama.
The Song of Ice and Fire, do you believe it to be true?
Rhaenyra.
She leans close to him.
So this connects to where
it was our.
This connects to where we get at the end of the episode, where this is the conversation that Viserys thinks that he's continuing with Alicent later.
Tears glimmer in her eyes.
As she basically, we've talked about this scene a few times. She says, "If you want me, fight for me, please." And this is a great scene, great acted scene by both actors as well. So then we get to Viserys getting his back worked on, which is a disgusting scene, and Otto watching him. Man, like, seriously, this dude is a fucking douchebag. And I'm sorry I've played this song a million times tonight, but I gotta play it one more time.
It's a hot tower rent tonight. It's a hot tower rent tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. It's a hot tower rent tonight. It's a hot tower rent tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto.
I mean, fuck this dude, Otto. He's just a dick. Like, the king is in there getting his medical service, and Otto's just sitting there watching him every step of the way because he wants to make sure that no one tries anything else, no one loses control. I mean, even if he's worried about that Rhaenyra, who we all know is just nothing but an uncle fucker.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a dragon, Ryan, lion, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes, it's true. Goes white like you. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the one that fucks your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just haps and spawn and fuck your uncle all night long.
What's that over there? I don't know. It's just the Targaryens inbreeding again. It's so typical. Which ones are on it again now?
At least they're not on a throne.
Rhaenyra is Daemon. Oh, that's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra is now. She is.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, I must say. I fucked him on Dragonstone yesterday. Uncle Fucker, that's you, Rhaenyra. That's you, Rhaenyra.
So yeah, I mean, we all know what Rhaenyra is in this situation, and Otto hovering about and talking about, but he's like, the king's like, I don't care. She can be an uncle fucker all she wants. We're going to have family dinner. We're going to have the most awkward family dinner this side of Arrested Development. So, and I don't even want to play the moans of the king, but there's a lot of moans. Oh.
They assist him to a chair. He grits his deteriorated teeth.
Bring milk of the poppy.
Minty's like, what the fuck is happening there? What was that? What do you mean, what was that? What were you talking about? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm talking to you. Shut your fucking face! Okay, sorry.
The name is Bond. James Bond.
What? What the fuck was that? The name is Bond, James Bond? What the hell was that from? I don't know. I don't even know. But I need Emily to mention something.
I had to get drunk as hell last night. I gotta be honest with you, after that episode.
Damn. Okay, so let's continue.
Otto stands close to Viserys. Otto holds a cup to him. Viserys lethargically meets Otto's eye and shakes his head.
Just arrange this up.
And seeing his body, seeing Viserys' body is just awkward as shit.
Though it is the great hope of this
So here we go.
that Lord Corlys Velaryon survive his
We get Otto being a douchebag here. And someone just texted me, play it again. I will, I'll play the Uncle Fucker song one more time at the end. And I promise I'll try to post it as a video at some point. I gotta re-record the vocals. I fucked up a couple of things.
Sir Vaymond of House Velaryon.
Rhaenys and Rhaena watch Vaymond. Alicent and her family observe.
Seriously, Anna, how the fuck is he alive?
My queen.
It was very rough seeing him, and I think they've done an excellent job. It's almost one of the things that I don't know if when they were plotting out this season, if when they decided to do these time jumps, part of the advantage of doing these time jumps would have been catching up with Viserys in different time frames and seeing how fucked up he is in almost like a sick, dark comedy sense of every time we see him, he's missing another body part until we finally see him just deteriorating. I think for all the reasons why people have done some complaints about the pacing, about the way they've framed things out. Sorry, I have a piece of sandwich stuck in my mouth. From the back of my sandwich. I feel like that's an advantage on how they've done the storytelling with watching Viserys, just parts of him disappear and checking in on him every few years and seeing more and more pieces being destroyed. So here's the bloody talk. Did I already play your message? I don't think I did.
Hey, Phil. No, with the Daemon to Aemon thing is totally a...
Oh, no, I did play your message. I didn't play this one yet. 845.
Hey, Phil, it's John. I've been watching you for like a really long time, way before when you used to have Joe Dirtylocks and his wife, the Raven, I think, or she...
Yeah, the Crow, Katie Crow, Joe and Katie Crow. Katie may be back at some point in time, and I do think, I do hope her to be back at some point in time as well. The Gray Rats, Ray, no Clubfoot today. I'm going to time travel and have all the Hans kill. Let me play some more of their messages.
He was awesome. But I just wanted to say that I've been watching for a really long time for like a lot of these people on here, and honestly, you need better moderators because some of those people are extremely rude. And the person I was talking to before, I wasn't saying anything about you. All I was saying was that I really like this episode, and I think that everyone on the Blacks is doing a great job, and the kids are perfect. The problem is the Greens, and but no hurt feelings against any of the people in the chat. I think some of them are a little bit petty, but I'm a subscriber. I've been subscribed for a really long time, and unfortunately, I had to unsubscribe because of some of the behavior here. But all right, love your show, man. Bye.
No worries. I hope you do stick around and keep the action in the live chat. I do enjoy healthy debate. I'm not always moderating or watching what's in the chat going on. And I do know I let my moderators give a little bit more flexibility to silliness in here than other chats. So I'm sorry if any nonsense, I wasn't watching what was going on. But thank you for your voice message and thank you for checking out for so long. And I hope you check back on in and keep the fun going. So here we go. Let's continue with this shit.
My Lord Hand.
Otto nods.
The history of our noble houses extends beyond the Seven Kingdoms to the days of old Valyria. For as long as House Targaryen has ruled the skies, House Velaryon has ruled the seas. When the doom fell on Valyria, our houses became the last of their kind. Our forebears came to this new land knowing that were they to fail, it would mean the end of their
So
battle.
this is the scene. You could call this the sticking your foot in your ass kind of scene. What's fucking going on here? When someone gives a super chat, Mindy, Phil spins the wheel and has different activities, sings a song, plays a drum, all sorts of random stuff. That is true. I will spin the wheel if a super chat comes. There's certain things I have trouble doing because it's late night, but I'll find ways to do it. I'll find ways to do it. No worries. Again, keep things. I don't mind chat being Thunderdome-y. Like keep it fun, keep it crazy. Whatever. Like I said, I personally don't look at that stuff because I have enough craziness going on, and I trust some of those folks. And whoever you are, 845, I appreciate checking out since the Crow days as well. And I hope you keep popping in, subscribed or not, and checking out live streams because I'm lucky to have each and every one of you.
And their name. I have spent my entire life on Driftmark defending my brother's seat.
You're a fucking douchebag. Stop. You're coming here for selfish reasons.
I am Lord Corlys's closest kin, his own blood. The true, unimpeachable blood of House Velaryon runs through my veins.
Exactly. Everyone in the live chat, if you're in there, hug it out. Healthy debates, call each other motherfuckers, but keep it fun. We're talking about this is the kind of shit to get fucked up with because we're talking about fake ass shit. So have some fun in there, motherfuckers. Keep it motherfucking. Hug it out. Everyone hug it out in the live chat right now. Do it for me. I'm a fucking smiley snap ahead. I need it. There's enough negativity in my real life. Come on. I'm kidding.
As it does in my sons, the offspring of Laenor Velaryon. If you cared so much about your house's blood, Sir Vaymond, you would not be so bold as to supplant its rightful heir. No, you only speak for yourself and for your own ambition.
You gotta give Rhaenyra a lot of she can lie. Again, you know what I was saying, that I would want to play poker with Alicent? I would not want to play poker with Rhaenyra. She lies. She lies good. This girl lies good. Again, I'm not just trying to play my fucking song over and over again. But I'm trying to play my song over and over again. She's just a good liar. A very good liar. And thank you for handling this, everyone. Bloody talker. When the bloody talker's on that side of the coin. So here we go. Let's go.
Make your own petition, Princess Rhaenyra. Do Sir Vaymond the courtesy of allowing his to be heard.
Rhaenyra.
Cool. I mean, keep arguing by all means. Argue your points, John, or when the bloody talker disagree, or somebody, whatever, anyone disagrees. Like argue your points out. Keep it coming. Don't give up your shit. You know what I mean? But come on, we're all here because you're watching my silly douchebag ass here at 1 o'clock in the morning East Coast. Let's all smoke a little, drink a little, and be assholes to each other and have some fun. I'm not gonna be like Bill and Ted. Be excellent. Let's tell everyone to go fuck off. But hug it out. Keep it. Keep it in the theater game sense.
Away from Vaymond as he turns to her.
I do too, John. Joe will be back on October 30th talking about The Walking Dead. He was invited to talk about this show. He's I'm about to start talking shit about Joe. Joe is not liking House of the Dragon. You guys want to hear what my message is with Joe? His opinions on House of the Dragon for let me see. Where's Joe? I unprompted. Joe said, and this is the only thing he said to me about House of the Dragon. Well, let's see. Joe Dirty Locks said, and I quote, just finished watching The Walking Dead myself. Blah, 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 blah. I'm ready to talk about it next time. Oh, by the way, House of the Dragon is trash. Awful acting, awful cinematography, awful writing. I fucking hate this show. So yes, that's Joe's opinions right now.
What do you know of Velaryon blood, princess?
Exactly. In the name, I am your host, your douchebag, your loud, obnoxious butthead, and your king. I demand you all to sit at dinner and get the fuck along from me, and then hate each other afterwards.
I could cut my veins.
I don't care what you believe in, who your fucking god is, whether in jail or in a nunnery. Tell each other the fuck off, hug it out, and enjoy it.
Show it to you, and you still.
Exactly. Who hurt Joe? Should we call Joe right now? Joe.
Wouldn't recognize it. This is about the future.
Exactly. What does he know of Valyrian blood? And what does he know? I love how Viserys just basically calls him out on it in the second area. It's like, you're just a second son. Shut up. He's trying to take advantage of a situation that's not his choice to take advantage of. Corlys is still alive. This decision has already been made. Whether you want to believe it or not believe it, these kids are legitimized in the sense of being Valyrian kids. Corlys has accepted them into his family, and the king has accepted them as heirs. Whether it's true or whether it's not, there's no DNA tests in fucking Westeros, so it's all subjective. Even though the seed's strong, they're strongs, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is fucking treason, and Daemon should have cut his fucking head off.
Survival of my house, not yours.
He glances at Luke.
Exactly. Everyone wants Joe on till we get the shot. Okay, and I don't want to go too hard on Joe here. He's not here. October 30th, you'll get to go on Joe. Make sure you join us the week after House of the Dragon is over with. Joe and I will be talking about The Walking Dead and his thoughts on whatever of House of Dragon he saw. But, I don't get into it. Where is In the Name of Your Grandsire?
Then turns back to Otto.
Oh, we got Loda in the live chat.
My Lord Hand. This is a matter of blood, not ambition. I place the continuation of the survival of my house and my line above all. I humbly put myself before you as my brother's successor. The Lord of Driftmark and Lord of the Tides.
Thank you, Sir Vaemond.
Shut up, Otto.
Vaemond gives a crisp nod, then eyes Rhaenyra. She softly nods, and Vaemond steps away.
Princess Rhaenyra, you may now speak for yourself.
I mean, they're going to death with the greens versus black color schemes.
Rhaenyra steps before the Iron Throne.
If I am to grace this fast with some answer, I will start by reminding the court that nearly 20 years ago in this very...
She turns to the...
And dun 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 dun. The king comes in for the slowest walk of all time. So he limps his ass on in, and the king's like, I can't even play this whole thing.
Two Kingsguards walk with the Viserys.
Let's listen to a recap guy.
King Viserys of House Targaryen, the first of his name, King of the Andals, and the Rhoynar, and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm.
Otto rises from the throne as Viserys slowly advances. The dim lighting reflects off of his crown.
Wow, recap guy really setting the scene.
Vaemon's brow furrows as he turns sharply to Alicent. They trade tense looks.
I love how Sea Snake's brother turns to Alicent like, I thought we had a deal, knowing that the moment Viserys comes out, he's gonna rule against him. This is a great fucking walkout. Man in the Iron Mask limping out, and then Daemon helping him up the chair.
Mask covers half of Viserys' face.
Oh yeah, it does.
He trembles with each step through the throne room, leaning his weight heavily on his cane. All those in attendance watch from either side of the room as Viserys passes them.
Viserys, you can do it.
Rhaenyra stands in front of the throne's dais, hands clasped at her waist.
All of the people in the crowd randomly start yelling, Rudy, 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 Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi.
Viserys casts Alicent a look as he passes her. She blinks rapidly, and her face grows heavy.
Thank you for telling me, literally everything I need to know is presented to me in simplistic terms by Recap Guy. Okay, so, and the king steps up there and he just lays shit down. He's like, listen, why are we here?
Viserys,
who might offer keener insight into Lord Corlys's wishes, is the Princess Rhaenys.
All turn to Rhaenys.
And the king is just basically like, no one really has anything new to say here because Corlys, we know what Corlys wants. This is all bullshit. This is all noise. So the only person that can actually offer any new information is his queen. And let's talk to her because we'll see. And it's all dependent on what she says. And in this moment, as I mentioned earlier, she loves holding this over Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra's like, oh, I'm fucked here. Possibly. But Rhaenys decides.
Indeed, Your Grace.
I'm Team
She
Rhaenyra.
glances at Vaemond, then steps toward the throne.
Is it with Daredevil?
She looks up to Viserys.
It was ever my husband's will that Driftmark pass through Selenor to his true-born son, Lucerys Velaryon. His mind never changed, nor did my support of him.
Yeah, the king's like, I don't have time for bullshit. Let's just cut through the shit. He does it this is the first time, and then he does it again towards the end of the episode. Good dogs.
As a matter of fact, the Princess Rhaenyra has just informed me of her desire to marry her sons Jace and Luke to Lord Corlys's granddaughters, Baela and Rhaena. A proposal to which I heartily agree.
Come on, Jax.
Well, the matter is settled.
I love little Aegon gets this look in his face like, oh, ha, ha, ha. I don't necessarily decide that as the king says it's settled again. Can I go back to bed?
Affirm. Prince Lucerys of House Velaryon is heir to Driftmark.
Again.
The Driftwood throne.
Again.
And the next Lord of the Tides.
The next Prince of the Tides. Nick Nolte would be proud.
Rhaenys steps back to Rhaena. Vaemond walks forward.
You break law and centuries of tradition.
Julia says this was so painful to watch. Wasn't there a side door he could have come in? I full on ugly cried, says Minty. And different vibe, Minty at Small Community. I'm still finishing the episodes. It's Old Torf. Great to see Old Torf in the live chat. Great to see all of our friends in the live motherfucking chat right now. Paddy Constantine is an amazing actor. John, he really is. I mentioned this earlier. I didn't even put together that, speaking of comedic roles, I love when people can play all different multiple shades like that. And he was so funny in The Replacements. Like, he was one of the best parts in that movie. And he plays comedy so well. And to see him in this kind of role too, really digging into it. Excellent performance. And you can feel it.
Stole your daughter as heir.
This guy.
But you dare tell me who deserves to inherit the name Velaryon? No.
Shut the fuck up.
Allow it.
Like,
Allow it. Do not forget yourself, Daemon.
Vaemon jabs a finger at Luke.
through this
is no true Valyrian.
And through this whole situation, Daemon is watching Viserys' back and being a total shit buddy. That took a second to kick in.
Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy.
Your shit buddy.
Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy.
If you don't know who your shit buddy is, it's the person that always has your back. When you need to go to the bathroom, you always want to have someone watching your back. This commercial is brought to you by the Issues Program. So shit buddies are very important to have. Okay, so let's continue here at Dance and Joe's. Okay, so Rhaenys goes on this team, and this dude is pissed off about it and goes on a rant of all rants.
And certainly no nephew of mine.
Good, your chambers, you have said enough.
Viserys is my true-born grandson. And you are no more than the second son of Driftmark.
You may run your house as you see fit, but you will not decide the future of mine.
Huh?
My house survived the doom.
Yeah, but you're not going to survive the next 5 fucking minutes if you don't shut up in the name of the king.
1,000 tribulations besides. And Gods be damned. I will not see it ended on the account of this.
Daemon eyes him.
Say it.
Vaemon's jaw clenches. Viserys regards him. Otto steps
Otto is such a creepy bastard as he's like sliding through the room. He's like, this isn't going good.
behind Alicent.
I'm hiding.
Our children.
Fuck Otto, man. Fuck Otto. As Daemon turns to him and is like, say it, and he's bastards. And he got away with that one, but he doesn't get away with this one because...
Viserys leans forward.
And she is a whore.
Viserys gets to his feet.
Will have your tongue for that.
Daemon slices the top of Vaemon's head off. His corpse drops to the floor, and his tongue lolls out of the stump.
He can keep his tongue.
Disarm him!
Damn, fucking Daemon takes him out. You don't call my fucking wife and the heir to the throne a fucking whore and her kids bastards in front of the king when he's told you to shut up. Dude gets sliced down. Daemon just puts his sword down. He's so casual about it. Wow, he's got the king's back. He's got the situation locked down. Daemon, goddamn Targaryen.
The guards draw their swords. Daemon steps back. Aemon gives a slight smile. Viserys.
Yeah, because Aemon's like, yeah, I kind of like that. Good move, Daemon. What is relation to Daemon? Uncle? Is he his uncle or something? Is that
falls into the throne?
He did the thing he had to do, Lola. It was the absolute right thing. You have to cut a motherfucker right there.
Call the maesters!
Father, please, my lord.
So the king has a conniption fit, and they take him out of there, and he doesn't want to be drugged up, and then they go to this scene right here.
Dozens of candles flicker around him, and the people attending to him.
Right.
Blades, scissors, and tongs
Here's your
sit
problem.
on one side of him on a leather mat.
Again, this scene, I thought the guy was going, your problem here is his head's cut off. I don't think we can save him. Like they're fucking mechanics or some shit like that. So they prepare his body, and we don't have to watch too much of this. They're gonna send the body back with Rhaenys. She's looking, we're fucked again. And then we go to dinner. We go to the awkward dinner party. Aemon loved it.
Rhaenyra glances at Alicent to her right. Alicent glances back.
Aemon he wants to be the better version of his uncle. He wants to be the crazier, tougher, more badass version of his uncle. I don't know if he can do that. It'll remain to be seen. But now we go to the Bluth family dinner.
Everyone at the table stands.
As Viserys gets carried in.
4 guards carry Viserys into the chamber on a chair. Everyone at the table takes their seats.
Let's get to the king. Let's get to the king's speech.
Alicent unclasps her hands.
Between our hearts is a toast to the young princess.
So this is really Paddy Considine's final monologue, you gotta say, in the series. And this is a really great way to go out. It delivers the emotion it needs to do. As one of the callers said earlier, or it might have been Anna as well. It's just really incredible. This is one of those moments that it's almost, some family members wish they had the balls to do something like he says right here and just put everyone on the line. Like, can we just shut up, like quiet it and just get along? My family is like this too. There's like wars within your family factions. And sometimes just like, shut up. Can we just shut the fuck up for a second and eat some pie? You know, like have a good fucking time. We're gonna all die soon. Like, I don't want to be morbid, but it's just with him specifically, I'm not gonna survive this. You know, and it's morbid. It's fascinating as well, and I love the fact that he ultimately guilts them into it. Most of them into hanging out, except for Otto and Aemon. Everyone sort of plays into the vibe and like falls into it. And you could argue that Alicent was full, like, okay, I'm gonna let Rhaenyra's okay. She's my friend. I need a new bestie. I'll bring her back. She could be queen, you know. She won't kill my kids, and you get a vibe like that. But it's a really, really interesting scene. So let's listen to Paddy on his way out. Paddy Considine, everybody.
And their betrothed. Here, here.
Well done, Jace. You'll finally get to lie with a woman.
Let us toast as well, Prince Lucerys, the future Lord of the Tides.
Here, here.
Prince of Tides.
Aegon wraps an arm around the back of Jason.
Why am I so like one-dimensional that every time someone says Lord of the Tides, I think Prince of Tides?
His chair and leans in.
You do know how the act is done, I assume. At least in principle. I had to put your cock.
So this is kind of just random, where he just randomly kind of fucks with him about, you know, do you know where to stick it in here? Like, is he jealous? Are we supposed to think that he's jealous that he had to marry his sister? I don't get the vibe. Or is this guy just a pompous jerkhole? At times we get a feeling that maybe he's, you know, pushed into this jerkholiness, but, you know, this seems very natural to who he is as a person, this attitude. But what a turd sandwich.
Let it be, cousin. You can play the gesture if you wish, but hold your tongue before my betrothed.
Aegon makes a face and nods. Viserys slowly gets to his feet.
Slowly.
He plants his hand on the table. He sweeps his gaze across the table.
It both gladdens my heart.
If he lasts one more episode, he's going to turn into Hector from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and just start ringing a bell.
And fills me with sorrow to see these faces around the table. The faces most dear to me in all the world. Yet grown so distant from each other in the years past.
Aemon taps his finger on the table. Viserys hangs his head, then unstraps his golden mask.
This is really, like, again, very detailed by Recap Guy, setting the scene of this entire moment.
He pulls it off of his face.
As Viserys goes full Freddy Krueger here, and Jason Voorhees here, and shows everyone the amazing work by the makeup department.
Beside his eye. She looks from him to Aegon and Helena. Luke glances at Rhaena.
My own face is no longer a handsome one.
Alicent's eyes shine with tears.
Well,
if indeed it ever was.
Soft candle.
Alicent's with tears as she's like, I still sleep with him once a year on his birthday.
Light glows over his skeletal features.
Tonight, I wish you to see me as I
Is that really the best thing you can do for your family, Viserys?
not just a king, but your father, your brother, your husband, and your grandsire.
So
who may not, it seems, walk for much longer among you.
So he gives a great, honest, emotional sort of send-off here, and it works for the most part. His family, he says, play the music, hang out, and Rhaenyra starts things by giving a toast to Alicent. That is, do you think in the live chat, people that are watching, is all of this genuine? Is there a moment here where they could have repaired this? And I'm not saying would Otto have still done something, with Larys have still done something. Could Rhaenyra and Alicent have repaired their relationship in this moment tonight if Alicent didn't misinterpret Viserys' dying words? And let's not throw so much freaking importance on dying words. Most people are so drugged out at the time of their death. What they say at the end is gibberish anyways. Like I think Citizen Kane fucked us with the rosebud thing. So everyone thinks the dying words are big prophetic, but having been around people that have passed, well, dying words are usually not my. It's usually you don't even understand it. It's fucking gibberish. But no, Alicent's gonna take like word for word that Viserys is telling her with his dying breath the importance of her. Well, we'll get there, but still. So I'm just wondering what some people think. Was this close to being genuine here, as Rhaenyra offers up her fucking toast?
I wish to raise my cup to
Carol Funk says absolutely yes.
Grace the Queen.
Alicent looks up at her.
I love my father, but I must admit that no one has stood more loyally by his side than his good wife.
She looks at Rhaenyra with wet eyes.
Oof. Sorry, I'm so immature. She just did Recap Guy just say wet eyes?
Alicent looks up at her.
I love my father, but I must admit that no one has stood more loyally by his side than his good wife.
She looks at Rhaenyra with wet eyes.
She has tended to him with
my
unfailing devotion, love, and honor.
And wet eyes.
And for that, she has my gratitude.
I'm not saying I don't understand the point, but I just haven't heard it described in that fashion before, and I'm not arguing with the fashion of which he's choosing to elicit that emotion. I would have said something like, Alicent has tears in her eyes. I've never heard wet eyes, but I'll take it. Sir Duncan Dickon. Oh, did someone say Dickon? Sir Duncan Dickon with the Name of the Night award, and for that, my friend, you get this. I know. Someone says, Duncan said wet thighs. Carol said, Phil, get your mind out of the gutter. It's eyes, not thighs. I'm sorry. It's been drinking. I'm silly. Too much talking about nonsense. Too much looking at Olivia Cook. No, so let me continue here.
My apology.
Rhaenyra sits back down. Alicent turns from her.
Pick your poison. Damn, I was with this girl last night. You should have seen her wet eyes. I just wanted to, like hungry eye, wet eyes. I see this magic between your thighs. Hungry eyes, wet eyes. I mean, come on, Swayze, come back from the dead and sing that for me, baby. Oh no, Swayze saying she's like the wind, not hungry eyes. What the fuck's my problem? What the fuck's my problem? She's like the wind is the Swayze song. Let's continue.
Alicent shifts in her seat.
Your graciousness, Moves me deeply, Princess.
And then Alicent gives, I don't know if Alicent gives a good toast. She doesn't stand up and give a good toast. She's like, Rhaenyra, you may suck and you may be a...
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
I'm Alicent.
You're a dragon, Ryan, lion, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes, it's true. What the fuck goes white like you? Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the one that fucks your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just have some spawn and fuck your uncle all night long.
I mean, sorry. I feel like half of what Alicent is saying here in this situation is, I mean, she's, you make me feel good. You're the queen. And it's repairing the relationship, but I think there's a little bit like, okay, Uncle Fucker here.
Rhaenyra and Daemon look at her.
And then it's just, it continues. They look at Daemon and Daemon goes...
What's that over there? I don't know. It's just the Targaryens infighting again. It's so typical. Which ones are at it again now? At least they're not on a boat.
At least they're not on a boat, yeah.
That's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra is now. She is. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, I must say. I fucked him on Dragonstone yesterday. Uncle Fucker, that's you, Rhaenyra, that's you, Rhaenyra.
So I feel like there's a little bit of all of that coming through with what Alicent has to say to her. Like, I mean, she's still looking at her and giving her that Uncle Fucker kind of looks. And then at the whole time, we get fucking Otto fucking being a dick cheese.
It's a hot tower and it's a hot tower tonight. Fuck Otto, fuck Otto, fuck Otto.
And he's eye fucking this whole scene, messing up with the trying to add more tension to it. But the two of them seem to repair their situation a little bit.
We're both mothers.
I'll be singing this song all week and it's your fault. I will, I think it was genuine I think it was a genuine thank you for taking care of my father. Are you saying that she gives you a dick on? She does. I'm going to re-record the vocals and maybe release it as a whole video at some point, but people let me know in the comment section of this video if you want me to release, put out a whole video of its own of the Uncle Fucker song. And someone keeps texting me. It's like every time I play it, they're like, play it one more time. I'll play it one more time before the end of the show. At the end of the show, when I'm done, I'll play the Uncle Fucker song one more time. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. So they keep going here.
And we love our children. We have more in common than we sometimes allow.
Alicent stands.
I raise my cup to you and to your house.
Mark's like, just release it the way it is. Release it raw. Don't fucking overproduce it. You rush the process. It works right now. Just keep it as it is.
Alicent holds her goblet up.
You will make a fine queen.
Otto hooks a brow over one eye.
I'll just do a simple video. I'll just string together some video clips of Rhaenyra and Daemon talking. Maybe even just the scene of them in the desert walking around and just play the Uncle Fucker song. I won't get overly complicated with the video. You know, just about the song. If I was an animator, any animators that might be watching that may want to do an animated version of it for me and hook up the song to it, that's a different story altogether. I wish I could do that. That'd be great. Animate it with a little Rhaenyra dancing around. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker, or something. Anyways.
Rhaenyra searches Alicent's face. Alicent takes her seat. Rhaenyra smiles toward the table while Viserys shakily drinks from his goblet, his mask back on.
So he didn't want his family to see his face all night, I guess. He was like, let me hide this shit again. It's pretty cold with this hole in my eye.
Everyone else at the table.
Jack Me Off says post it to TikTok as like an audio kind of thing so people can use the audio. I do have a TikTok that I do some drum stuff on. That might be fun. I could definitely do that.
lifts their cups and drink.
Follow me, jack me off on that drum guy, Phil.
Daemon and Jace trade looks, and Jace smiles.
And Jace decides to stand up and give a toast.
Aegon drains his goblet.
Oh, we got Studio 11 Live. Just got home from the studio in time for an encore of Uncle Fucker. I hope for an encore of Uncle Fucker song. I will absolutely play Uncle Fucker one more time before the end of the show. And as Otto looks on, I just think...
Fuck Otto. It's a House Targaryen tonight. It's a House Targaryen tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck.
Like, fuck this dude. Seriously, his face just makes me want to say fuck him.
Otto looks across the table.
So then Aegon stands up.
Fidgeting with his fingers, Aegon steps between Jace and Baela, then refills his own cup.
And he whispers to Baela, listen, if you want to get fucked right, talk to me.
Aemon smoothly rises from his chair. Otto glances between him and Aegon as Aegon...
And this is, and I love Otto. This is at the moment where Otto smiles because he knows that Aemon's about to be a dick cheese here. He doesn't know, excuse me for a second.
Sits back down.
He doesn't know how he's going to be a dick cheese. He just knows he's going to be one.
Aemon looks firmly at Jace.
You know I'm shaking it. I'm shaking my drums.
Alicent watches stiffly. Jace lifts his goblet, then lightly punches Aemon's shoulder.
Listen, buddy. Thank you for all the kind ribs about sex and, you know, me being a bastard and going to be king instead of you. Let me just slap you in the back and give you a condescending little rant here.
Flex himself and lifts his cup.
To Prince Aegon and Prince Aemond, we have not seen each other in years, but I have fond memories of our shared youth. And as men, I hope we may yet be friends and allies.
You look like a boy. One of them looks like a man.
Your family's good health, dear uncles.
Jace smiles and drinks. Alicent casts Aegon a look while Jace pats his shoulder.
To you as well.
Rhaena smiles broadly beside Luke. Aemon takes a seat.
So Aemon lost his opportunity. He's pissed off there. He thought he had an opportunity to be a dick. And he's like, I lost my opportunity. I'll find another opportunity.
I would like to toast Baela and Rhaena.
She's awesome.
They'll be married soon. It isn't so bad. Mostly he just ignores you. Except sometimes when he's drunk.
Helena beams, then sits.
Helena's hilarious and well played. And Otto's like, that is great. And then Jace comes and asks Helena to dance, and they have the most awkward,
refilling cups,
awkward
bringing new platters of food.
They have the most awkward looking dance in the world. But everything starts to become okay. The vibes are all right. Everyone's looking around. Everyone's clapping. Even Otto is smiling, and Alicent's smiling. She's drinking wine. It's a good time.
Dance together. He squeezes his one eye shut, and his head lolls. He and Alicent hold hands.
As Viserys slowly starts to fade, Alicent and Rhaenyra smile at each other.
Viserys shares a look with Rhaenyra. Helena beams as she and Jace spin around, arm in arm.
And the king dies in his happy place.
Viserys slowly narrows his eye as he watches the others, and a smile stretches across his face.
Aw, recap guy's making me cry. Come on, recap guy, don't do this to me, man. It's late. I might have energy, I might be babbling fool, but I still am sad here, man. Like, Viserys is fading away, he's dying, he's crashing, but he's getting the ending that is almost dreamlike for most real people here, where his whole family's getting along one last minute. And what's interesting enough is before Aemon starts setting shit off, Viserys is out of there. So he has this little attack here, unfortunately, and he gets dragged out of there and sent out, and then they bring in the hog. And this is what I missed before, and people in the live chat pointed out. It's Luke laughs because of the the Balerion the Pink Dread, and that sets Aemon off.
In front of Aemon, then bow and walk away.
He must not be a series regular pick your poison, so he's only in certain moments, certain episodes, so he's probably just not certain actors. When you're not a series regular and you're reoccurring or something, you can only be X amount of episodes per season, so he's probably only contracted for a certain amount, so they had to just not have him in this episode in some ways, and it would make sense. This was a family affair kind of thing. I keep calling them the Bluth family, but this was a very Bluth family kind of episode.
Luke smiles and shakes his head.
We got Amy Collins in the live chat, one of our long times as well. Great to see so many people, and we've been on for almost 3.5 hours here, or a little over 3 hours. Finishing this episode, still got about 20 minutes left in the episode, and so but now's the time. If you have any last minute calls or texts, things I haven't got to that you want to get on in, air your grievances. It's Festivus time. 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. We got Santovia Major in the live chat. You know what? I was about to start to think about the data and lore video that we were talking about, and then they came out with this Picard Season 3 trailer that, spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lore pops his head up in it. So it's going to become a little bit more timely. So I'm even more excited to do that. It's coming. Believe it or not, I've been sketching it out finally, as well as the Thanksgiving Planes, Trains, and Automobiles stream for. I forget who had that as a request to. I want to finally get all my requests that I haven't done off the board. I believe there's a Godfather request too coming up soon. Anyways, let's continue. But yeah, now's the time. Last minute voicemails. I mean, I'm not ending right now, but now's the time to get your calls in. Last call for voicemail line 781-990-8509. And I forgot to mention this. If you're listening to this sometime when it's not live and you're like, I wish I was listening live so I could leave my voicemail, you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just tell me at the beginning of the message what show it's for. Be like, Phil, this is for House of the Dragon, this is for Cobra Kai, this is for, tell me whatever show you want it to be, and I'll play it when it's appropriate or when it's inappropriate. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Laura popped up in the Picard Season 3 trailer, which I might be talking about soon with a good friend in a random place. It's a little tease for this week. Okay, anyways, let's continue back to dinner and Aemon's hissy fit.
Aemon punches the table and quickly stands.
Okay, you get the balls on Luke, right? I mean, Jace is pretty respectable, but Luke is like smiling and laughing, looking at this dude. You're taunting a 30-year-old, and I know he's 20. You're taunting a fucking 30-year-old dude that looks like he could stomp you without even trying. And I love when this scene gets set off. I forget if it's Luke or Jace that hits Aemon, but Aemon just looks at him like, that's the best you got. It's like thank you for that scratch, or for that blowing the air on me, the feather that you punched me with, you fucking. It's a shame, like, again, Daemon needs to work with these kids and get these kids a little bit tougher in combat, because Aemon is going to wipe the floor with these guys when the action starts. And he's got Vhagar.
Final tribute.
He raises his goblet. Everyone stares at him.
To the health of my nephews. Jace. Luke. And Joffrey. Each of them handsome, wise.
Aemon's eye shifts around. Allison gives him a tight-faced look.
Strong.
Aemon.
Come.
Oh, he said it. He said it. The pause.
Let us drain our cups.
Oh, the pause. He said it. He said strong.
To these three
strong boys.
Jace, say that again.
Why?
Jace, look at this dude. You're talking to a man.
Only a compliment. Do you not think yourself?
Jackie says the strong boys are trained in ruling. Allison's boys are more trained in combat. Jeremy says Jace hitting Aemon reminded me of Iron Man hitting Thanos. All that for a drop of blood. Listen, he's kind of hot. What our good boy Gecko says. Amen, Mark. Let's see. John says Viserys seeing his family's happy was sad because that's all we wanted. That's all he wanted in the end. It absolutely was. It was the way he wanted to go out. So if this is the last we see of Viserys, which it seems like it is, I'm happy that he got to go out on his, in a way, his own terms, at least from his perspective, going out at the heightened point where his family actually didn't want to fucking kill each other, or at least pretended for him for a few minutes. It was a good piece of fiction from his family.
Strong. Jace punches him. Aegon slams Luke into the table while Aemon pushes Jace to the floor.
Oh, so it was so it was Jace that punched Aemon.
To these 3 strong boys.
I dare you to say that again.
Why? It was only a compliment. Do you not?
Amy says, when Kristen says that Aemon was ready for the tourneys, I'm like, the tourneys? Fuck that. Send him to the stepstones. Like, he wants to fight. Let this fucker fight.
Think yourself strong.
Jace punches him. Aegon slams Luke into the table while Aemon pushes Jace to the floor.
The look that Aemon gives Jace as he pushes him down, like, it's just little boy, I must break you.
Aemon grins while 2 guards grab Jace and Luke.
Why would you say such a thing before these people?
I was merely expressing how proud I am of my family, Mother. Oh, it seems my nephews aren't quite as proud of theirs.
Oh.
Daemon steps in between Jace and Aemon.
And yeah, this is where Daemon steps up and he's like, okay, this dude's a man. I got to fight him as a man.
Jace walks away.
Go to your quarters. All of you go, now.
Jace, Luke, Rhaena, and Baela leave. Daemon regards Aemon. Aemon gives him a hard look, then saunters away.
He regards him? Recap guy, I'm enjoying your... I feel like I might not be able to go back to normal when I talk about an AMC show or a different channel without a recap guy. I feel like I only can talk about HBO shows from now on because my job is much easier. I know some people are like, you're not recapping. You're letting this guy do it for you. But, you know, I'm commentating. You know, I'm doing the Joe role and I'm letting this dude do my role.
Daemon glances at Rhaenyra, then walks after Aemon.
Yeah, he did.
Rhaenyra.
Listen, Phil, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? This is fucking stupid. What the fuck? What the fuck? Listen, dude. What the fuck?
Rhaenyra rubs her belly as Alicent steps close.
It's best, I think, if we get back.
So even right here, the two of them seem to still have a dynamically positive relationship. It seems that everything that's happened in the evening and throughout the last couple of days have bonded them back together. And it's interesting how that just flips around because of the prophecy and because of a misunderstanding, because, I don't know. It seemed like they were on to something in this scene and in their dynamic together.
Back to Dragonstone.
You've only just arrived.
Alicent takes her hand. Rhaenyra watches her rubber palm and softly nods.
Give my regards to Broadway.
Let me see the children home. Hello. Return on Dragonback.
Sorry, guys.
Alicent gives a small nod.
The king and I were both like that.
They gaze into one another's faces.
Sorry.
Rhaenyra gently pulls her hand away and walks
Someone's like, I'll give you super chat to not do that again. So they head out. It's really good. It's really nice. This is the only scene in the episode, this next scene, that I'm not sure I get. Was Daemon's... Well, what was up with this scene? This scene after this, when we come to the... it's a dark and stormy night.
A figure walks through an alley toward a multi-story cobblestone building lit sparsely with torches.
Yeah, what's up with this?
Mysaria watches the figure approach from the balcony.
Okay, it was Mysaria.
She steps away.
I wasn't following what was going on here.
Mysaria stands on a stone staircase. The figure pauses before her.
It's been quite a night at the castle, it seems.
Yes, lady.
Talia meets her eye, head slightly bowed.
So yeah, somehow we get a scene with Mysaria, are we just supposed to think that Mysaria is getting the information about what's happening in the main situation with Daemon and all of them? I don't understand the check-in with this character at this moment. People in the live chat, if you're watching, let me know if you know something I don't know, or if you were confused by this scene at all as well. Yeah, I'm not sure why it existed in this moment, if it's supposed, or if I'm missing something other than seeing that Mysaria has a moly mole in there somewhere. So maybe she plays a bigger part as the story continues. It was an ocarina, Sir Duncan.
Shadows stretch through Viserys' chamber.
As we get into the Viserys death scene, if this is where we're at.
Moonlight falls on his rundown diorama of Valyria.
Oh, they called it a diorama.
Viserys' golden mask gleams on a nightstand. Alicent quickly grabs a cup next to it, then removes the lid before stepping to his son.
Yeah, I absolutely thought when we saw the cloak, it was Daemon's, what's Prester called? Yeah, just his like, I'm gonna do stuff bad cloak. Oh, this is my I'm gonna do some bad stuff cloak. Someone said in Joe's and Magician stream that Mysaria will get the info on Viserys and maybe send a message to Daemon at Dragonstone. Okay, cool. So thank you, Amy, for that pickup into Joe for Joe's stream for that stuff, because I wasn't sure what was going on in that particular moment, or where that connected to our main story of the episode, because it just seemed like it was an out of place scene with everything else that we haven't had in the episode. But other than, did we see the person that reported to Mysaria in the dinner scene? Was like she one of the people serving dinner, and I just didn't notice that. Dun, dun, dun. If he's still alive in the next episode, I'm gonna kill him myself. Me, you and me too. Me as well, I should say. I'm sorry, it's late. Okay, let's continue. I can't. Viserys dies. Can we hope that he dies?
She sits beside him.
Let's see if recap guy says he dies. Let's listen to the end here.
Bed while he shivers and grits his teeth.
And I'm gonna drink so I can pass out.
Alicent helps him drink.
Because this is horrifying. I love you guys. Thank you everyone that's been sticking with me all night tonight. You guys are amazing.
She dabs his face with a cloth.
This feels like one of the Better Call Saul streams, real long stream. It makes me feel like my old radio show days when I do like a 3.5 hour stream or four, I think it was a 3-4 hour show sometimes I would do. So I appreciate everyone that's been joining me tonight, as well as joined me on the Tony stream earlier. Make sure you're subscribed to Teflon TV for all the pregame shows. Holy shit, we got a super chat donation from Lord Crow. This one is just to say thanks, Phil, for the entertainment. You rock, brother. No, you rock. You're amazing. You're incredible. And I'm going to take a shot to you, because if I get up and spin the wheel right now, all the dogs are going to freak out and I'll probably trip over myself. So this shot is for you, for that super chat donation. Thank you so much for being amazing. You are the man. You're the man, because that's the problem. Studio 11. So is Alicent just stupid and misinterpreted the king's final words, or is she more like her father and using the king's words to push her agenda? Studio, I hate to say this about another human, but it's not a human, it's a character. I think she's just that stupid. I interpreted it as stupid. People tell me if I'm wrong, or if you saw it in a different way. I think she was just dumb enough to take him for his words.
She caresses one of his hands.
I still can't believe the final episode of Better Call Saul, I did like a 5.5 hour stream.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly, Lois. She's just dumb. So yeah, I mean, we can let me shut up and listen to this, because I want to hear what recap guy says. Shut up, Phil. Let your host talk.
Don't you remember?
Aegon.
She peers down at him.
Our son.
His dream. The Song of Ice and Fire. It is true.
And fire.
What he saw in the north.
Yes, Old Torf, we got 2 more episodes.
The prince that was promised.
I don't understand this house.
The prince.
And
Prince Aegon.
it's, I mean, I understand the confusion to a certain extent, but she never for a moment thinks that maybe he's not talking about, but I mean, I guess it's verbalized in a way where it could be easily confused, but Alicent is not smart enough to ask questions or understand that there might be some confusion in Viserys' brain in this situation since he's dying.
To unite the realm.
Amy says, not dumb, just obsessed with getting her monster on the throne. She heard Aegon's name, prophecy, and prince that was promised and ran with it. Never mind the stuff about dreams and the song. Amy, an excellent point as well. And that's what I think is great about certain drama and certain writing and certain situations when you can interpret it in many different situations and all of us have a potential point. She could just be dumb. She could have heard what she wanted to hear because we all have done that too. Not we all, but I've definitely done that. And I think some people can admit they've done it too. You hear what you want to hear in certain situations, and you take what you want from that. There's whole industries based around that concept of saying something vague and people presenting their own meaning in a situation where you're in this moment and the moment is tense for Alicent and everything she's been deciding, and she's on the level here, just finally giving into the Rhaenyra situation. To have the king say something like this can easily be misconstrued, and you can see where she went with it. I still think she's kind of dumb.
Against the cold and the dark. It is you.
But realistically, you're correct, Amy, I believe.
You are the one. You must do
this. That's the thing that she says, that he says, that I would, if I was Alicent, I'd be like, me? No, he must not be talking about me. I kind of wish at the end of all of this, and again, I know they're setting it up in a way so we can think that both people are coming from a positive standpoint to talk about this, but I would have rather all of this go like my love, like he's connecting with her in his dying words, and at the end of it all, he says Rhaenyra, and she's jealous that through all this moment in this dying moment with the whole situation that Rhaenyra, like the Marsha, Rhaenyra, instead of Alicent misinterpreting what he says. I mean, I'm not saying I don't love it. I don't like it, but I could see some more organic, natural ways for causing the same reaction, for Alicent going back on what happened at dinner, other than just thinking that this whole situation was about her. But it's an interesting way of adding a little bit more context to why Alicent holds on to this, because she thinks that Viserys had some sort of prophecy about her son being the prince that was promised. So, and it does connect the worlds in a sort of marvelous kind of way. Chat 69 bot. What do we got? Like, that's just about right. Alicent needs something to put Aegon above Rhaenyra's boys. The whole thing with Driftmark didn't work out, but this Viserys' words. She wants to use this even if she's wrong on all fronts. Interesting points, Amy, as always. Hot Channel says, Alicent disregarded the fact that this old disabled man got out of his deathbed to basically reinforce the idea of succession of Driftmark and the Iron Throne just because of this one situation. And let's listen to the end of this episode here.
His head lolls.
Like LOLs?
Alicent
Lols?
looks away. Her face creases tensely.
John creases?
She looks back at Viserys.
I'm gonna
then
say
gingerly
John
strokes
creases.
his face.
And I'm doing an extra long show tonight because next week's will be a little shorter. I'll explain that in a minute as we wrap up.
Alicent pulls her hand away, then gets off of the bed. Viserys squeezes his eyes shut.
I was gonna say the most that's the first time she's ever gotten off on that bed. Dun dun shh.
His hands slowly rise and fall on his chest. Alicent blows out a candle on a nightstand.
I'm drunk.
She opens and closes her mouth.
I understand, my king.
Alicent strides out of the chamber.
Recap guy, you're a great foil.
Viserys' Valyrian dagger lies on a stand across from his bed. Its edge gleams in the darkness.
Are you okay, LaRusso?
Viserys balls his fist.
No more.
Yeah, no more. Just kill this guy already. Jesus fucking Christ. Just die. Die already. Damn it. Fucking shit. I can't watch this. Fuck. No.
He slowly raises his hand above his face.
Okay, Viserys is dead. And that's the end of our episode of House of the Dragon. Let me get to our trailer for next week. Let's see.
The king is dead.
The king is dead. Oh, I guess that answers our question. The king is dead. Shit's about to get on.
You told me you wish for Aegon to be king.
Alicent, oh, she's holding on to that shit. Why would he say that? He literally just got off the throne in front of everybody. That's a dumb take, Alicent.
The door remains shut until we finish our business.
It's war, Peacock. There's going to be casualties. It looks like we got a major fuck auto kind of episode.
Lord of Rhaenyra.
I found out something you should know.
This is seizure, and it's treason at the least.
It looks like shit is really about to set off next week. Too much. I'm not doing a full like trailer reaction, but that is a good trailer, and it looks like everything is about to get fucking crazy next week. Here it comes. Okay, let's continue here. Let's start to wrap things up. We got a couple text messages. One from Pete's Loud Music. Laenor is the dollar store. He'll be back in about 6 years. And one more text says, you promised to play Uncle Fucker one more time. Okay, that will end things right there. Everybody, let me play Uncle Fucker one more time. And please let me know in the comment section of this video, not in the live chat, because I won't see this tomorrow, or I will, but you know, I'm drunk and I won't entirely remember it. Let me know if you want to see a full version, or not full version, me release this on its own. So here we go. One more time for the last time of the evening. Uncle Fucker.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a dragon, Ryan, lion, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes, it's true. Goes white like you. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the one that fucks your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just have some spawn and fuck your uncle all night long.
What's that over there? I don't know. It's just the Targaryens inbreeding again. It's so typical. Which ones are on it again now?
At least they're not on a boat.
Rhaenyra, it's Daemon.
Oh, that's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra is now. She is.
Face, Uncle Fucker. You're a bona fide licking Uncle Fucker.
You're an Uncle Fucker, I must say. I fucked him on Dragonstone yesterday. Uncle Fucker, that's you, Rhaenyra, that's you, Rhaenyra.
Suck my Dragon Balls. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back next week, but I am going to Florida to Universal Studios, to the Harry the Potter land. on next Monday, and like my flight's leaving at like 4 in the morning or some shit like that. So I am still going to do this show, but I'm going to try to stick to like an hour and a half or something like that. But I will be back next week. So make sure you join on in. And keep the discussions going. Please, if you haven't already and you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel with a friend. Let me know in the comment section if you would like me to release a video of the Uncle Fucker song, and I'll definitely do that at some point, maybe ASAP. If not, it'll be fun to just have it to play every once in a while. But everyone, it's been amazing tonight. Almost close to 4 hours. I should probably go 10 more minutes and do the top out of 4 hours, but no, we'll go right now. Everyone, all the dogs are like, it's bedtime, Phil. Go to fucking bed. Fine. Time to go to bed. Everyone, talk to you next time.
Hey, dog, stop eating the other dog's food.